Croft, for your latest assignment, you'll be going to some new places. South Pacific, Antarctica, and you'll be getting some new toys, Gunther.
This is a new rocket launcher, a girl's best friend.
We've been watching you. Your work is very impressive.
Tomb Raider 3 from Eidos Interactive.
Oh, and one other thing. New outfits.
PlayStation.
Tomb Raider 3, starring Lara Croft. In stores now.
PlayStation.
Hey, time to load up on PlayStation games. Greatest hits are on sale. Crash Bandicoot, Jet Moto.
But I don't even have a PlayStation.
You do now.
Mom know about this?
Who?
PlayStation.
There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry about the microphone hiccup as well as the audio hiccup earlier. I always fucking do that. I always mute myself because so you don't hear me. But now, please tell me that you can hear me all right. I will wait for a second. Can you hear me now? Well, there we go. Cool. Okay, so good afternoon again. Welcome to the stream. Everything goes tits up as a fucking always. Anyway, we're going to be playing this one today with Andy Sanham. Rich Morton unfortunately had to cancel, but he might join, so he's a maybe for now. And we're going to be playing it with Tom Scott, Peter Connolly, and Jamie Morton, who is the new one for us. Please do tell me if the audio levels are too loud, too high, whatever, or too low, and we will work on that. AJ from Survivor Reborn will be playing the game because obviously I can't do it whilst also hosting the stream. But yeah, so we're going to be playing this today, Tomb Raider 3, you know. And just as a thing, we're going to be giving away a couple of things as well. These are from my personal collection. So we're going to have the guide, Prima guide for Tomb Raider 3. Just so you know, Prima doesn't exist anymore, or Prima, whatever. So this is quite rare now. And we also have Tomb Raider, the official Tomb Raider files as well. This one is quite mint. It's very hard to find it in this kind of condition, for my knowledge. So this is going to be... what's happening? Okay. About Angel of Darkness Anniversary Edition, any other games, please, let's keep this one on Tomb Raider 3. Please keep the chat on topic. We kind of want, you know, clean chat so I can hear your, see your questions and stuff like that. Anyway, screw this stuff. You know what's all about. You can win the official Tomb Raider guide, or you can win the official Tomb Raider files. Actually, why is throw these away? I'm gonna have them here. Now I'm gonna be calling core design. So for the first few minutes, we're gonna have some issues, obviously, because we're gonna set up the Skype. Please do comment that about the audio levels again, simply because you know how stream goes. I'm gonna ring the group now. Ringing. This is so weird. This is like fucking Eurovision again. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So we can see you guys. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you guys.
Great. I'm just gonna share my screen.
Tom's in a library.
Can you see me now? Hello, everybody.
Yes.
I'm in the dark.
Oh.
This is Andy Sanham on your screens right now. So, guys, the way this works is you can see the active speaker. So, whoever is talking, they will be broadcasting. Andy, you are actually frozen right now. Can you restart your camera, please? This is Andy Sanham, level designer for the London levels of Tomb Raider 3. Works is you can see the active Peter. Oh, I can hear myself. Someone has the audio quite loud.
Right, hang on. It might be me.
This is Peter Connolly, the sound designer.
Yes, sorry,
okay.
I can just hear the Skype stuff now.
Tom, can you say hello to us?
Hello.
There you go. This is Tom Scott, the AI programmer for multiple Tomb Raider games, actually, aren't you? You did quite a few of them.
3 of them.
3 of them, there you go. And Jamie Morton, also level designer. Jamie, say hello so we can see you.
Hello, hello.
Oh, you're also frozen for us. Could Andy and Jamie, could you guys restart your cameras, please?
Restart my camera now. That's
just turn them off and on again. There is like a camera button. There you go, Jamie. We can see you all right now.
Okay.
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can
Unfortunately.
we just... Rude. Right, we will see these guys later on. You will see them. Right, so have you guys played Tomb Raider 3 anytime in the past how many years?
Since 1998.
Hello?
Hello, yeah? Yeah, we can hear you, Peter.
Okay, so Peter, is that you? Are you talking?
That was me, yeah, unfortunately.
That's fine. I just wondered whether my camera come back on.
I was going to say with my dialogue, you might need some sort of kind of like
subtitles.
What's the word? Subtitles. Yes, thank you. See.
It's fine, Andy. If your camera doesn't work, it's fine. There is some problem. You're frozen. Do you want to hang up and join again?
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. There's 6 people in the call. There's also AJ who is not talking. He'll be playing the game. So Jamie, when did the last time you played Tomb Raider 3?
Yeah, probably when it was released. I've never played it since.
Tom, what about you?
So yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, it might be true for me as well. Me and Andy did have a little session the other day, but I think that was on Tomb 4 rather than Tomb 3. So, however, I did do some research today to remind myself about everything.
Wow.
There you go. We can't see Andy now. Great.
Can you see me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you all right now.
Yeah, no, me and Tom tried to play Tomb 3. We got to the Sophia part, which is kind of one of the bosses on the London level. And having designed that with Tom, we were absolutely atrocious. It was some of the worst gameplay I've ever seen in my life.
I actually did share that on my channel before.
I've actually got the video. Yeah,
okay, cool. Oh, I can hear myself. 1 second. Everything is going to shit today. So I was telling people we're going to be giving away these 2 prizes today, one of which is the guides and one is the official Tomb Raider files. And you guys will be choosing whoever gets that, by the way, at the end of the stream.
Okay.
Right.
Tom.
Tom. AJ, do you want to start the game now whilst I get this going? I hope AJ can hear us all right. Cool, great. Okay, guys, so tell us what you're actually doing like now. I know we had a stream session with you 3, but Jamie is quite new to us, but let's just recap again who is doing what these days. Where wants to start first?
Do you want me to? I'll go because I'm
go on then.
As the active speaker. So I'm subject leader of game design at York St John University. So I've been doing that been teaching for about 10, 11 years now. So yeah, that's me.
Tom?
I actually program tram simulators for training tram drivers. But I also just had a recent Kickstarter doing a role-playing book, which was really successful. So I've been doing some writing as well, so that's nice.
Cool.
Jamie, you?
I am currently working at Ubisoft Dusseldorf, working on Assassin's Creed VR.
Jamie, I was so close to be working with you end of last year. I was so close to getting back over to Dusseldorf Ubisoft. So
yeah, I can remember. I think we spoke a little bit on chat or something about that. Yeah,
dodge the bullet.
That would have been cool.
We know
so
why
what are you
doing,
Peter?
Now, Pete.
What's that, Andy?
I said we know why you didn't get our job now, Pete.
Exactly. Yeah. It was looking good until I knew until I knew Jimmy was working there.
Yeah.
So Peter, what are you doing then? I will left you for the last because we have something to announce as well in the stream. So what are you doing these days? And you're frozen. Your camera is frozen.
Yeah, it hasn't it? How do I get out of this?
Hit the camera. Either close the camera and reopen again.
I've got a little button on the cable coming out of the camera, which I've just found.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I can see it. 2 seconds.
There we go. Yes, cool.
Now? Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, right now I'm running a Comedy Music Limited, which is basically just me freelancing. And I've been for the last 12 years now, working for various different companies like Ubisoft. And yeah, I've got I'm working from my own office studio in County Durham, and there's going to be an announcement soon. So I'll let Ash do the announcement because I'm crap at shit like that. Sorry,
Right.
things like that.
So in your chat,
Are you pregnant?
He is pregnant. Well, he looks like it. His camera is frozen. Again.
Oh God, not again. Okay.
Get better internet.
You've got really hairy hands there, Pete.
Hey, but we live in the sticks here, you know.
There you go.
We've got like
I didn't know you got
36K modem. It's like a luxury.
Can we have a look at your hands again, Pete?
What's that?
Get them up next to the camera.
Come on, Pete. Let's look at your hands. Whoa.
Oh, he's frozen again. Keeps freezing his internet. Let's just
don't steal my Sasquatch hands. Yeah.
Let's all show off the.
I forgot about that.
Now we're cooking. This is how a stream should start.
Yeah, this is gonna be the entire stream, isn't it? Peter, your camera is frozen, but you know what? You'll look great on that one, so we're just gonna keep you like that.
Am I frozen again?
Yes,
okay.
And all your chats, I posted a link. I'm sure Taranas, you can post that link on the Facebook chat as well for me, please, because I don't have it open. You can sign up to that mailing list. So as you know, we've done Tomb Raider: Dark Angel Symphony. It was delivered to you this year. So we are announcing brand new Kickstarter campaign, which will start literally either tomorrow or a day after. So just sign up to that mailing list via the link I just posted, and you'll be the first to know. It will be called Peter Connolly's Foundations, and it basically will have a motif music, which Peter will explain now.
Yeah, it's basically a collection of ideas and demos I've had over the last 30 plus years. There's a lot of songs I've kind of like put to one side, a lot of like ideas I've put to one side that I want to kind of realize, I suppose. But I want them also to have a bit of a kind of nostalgic authenticity, so the kind of like the sound reflective of things I've worked in the past is not completely new, in the sense that you're not recognizing they will be recognizable of previous works. So yes, we have more announcements on that soon.
Yes,
I want to
just
get
sign
work
up
on
to
that
mailing list that I just posted the link in the thing. I'll do it again just in case. Right. So AJ, are we ready to dive into the gaming?
I am indeed. I was actually playing for like the last 10 minutes. Let's restart.
Yes, let's do it then. I'm switching to the game window now. Guys, you might not hear the audio from the game. This is normal because I'm streaming it like that. I just need to do some quick things here.
Also, we gonna hit some words when we get to London.
Yes, AJ was not enjoying London levels today.
What?
I know.
Oh, is that what the post was about the other day?
Is it Lud's Gate?
Listen.
I'm looking forward to Lara saying no.
No.
Is this the one we took Aha out, or was that 4?
We did. You did took out the Aha from this one. Can you do some shooting for us, AJ, so we can hear the audio levels?
Look at those beautiful tiled textures.
It didn't jump left though, Jamie, so that was good news.
Cool, I can hear it. Okay, so this is India, which was designed by Jamie. Is that correct?
Indeed, it was. Yes, all of the India levels. Yes.
So everyone, if you have any questions to Jamie, please throw them in the chat and we will read them out. I will just have my Facebook open so Taranas can moderate them for me.
Oh. The secret there, Jamie.
I forgot we had that leaf canopy. Yeah, don't miss this secret.
But we were talking about this previously. The secret is if you jump left, you can finish the level. But I don't know if they patched that, or I mean, a patch used to cost about £200, £2,000, isn't it, to patch a disc? You used to have to reissue the disc, didn't you?
Yeah, that's costly. Remastering.
So hang on, can you go back to tell me this cheat? I'm intrigued.
Oh.
What do you mean? The one about if you turn left? Yeah. So I think one of the testers found that on the shipped build that if you jumped left, you could finish the level. So
wow.
Yeah, I know. So it wasn't quite as bad as when they shipped the entire source code with shell shock, but it was. But yeah, so I can't remember what happened though, because you didn't used to get DLC, so effectively they would kind of have to rebuild the Gold Masters, wouldn't they, and then reship it.
Was it this one that had the if you don't open the door underwater, you kind of screwed or something like that? Was it 3 or was that 2 or even 1? There was. I remember there being an issue that if you didn't do something specific, you had to start again.
It might have been 1 that I think, Pete.
Right.
I can't remember anything about that.
This really reminds me of being in that office with you, Jamie. Me and Jamie shared an office while he was making this level, and I have great memories. Just the textures alone make me remember being in that.
They make you click.
I got some questions for you guys. For you, actually, Jamie. Lion O Cyborg is asking, what's the water in Tony's boss? Tony is at the end of this section, at the end of the India levels. Was the water in Tony's boss fight actually set on fire like oil, or was it supposed to be boiling?
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember. Damn.
Which boss was it? What happened?
So Tony, the crazy guy, at the end of India.
Right. None of us. I don't think any of us, like I said before, ever played any of each other's levels. I mean, I remember. I think Heather started this, didn't she, Jamie? And then they left the project, and
Heather Graham did. Maybe like she did maybe a quarter of this level. So this beginning section, she started, and then from there I took over. The rest of the levels. But she had started a little bit of this one.
What is that accent, Jamie? Where are you from?
I'm from England, near Sheffield.
Kansas.
Kansas. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Kansas and Sheffield, yeah.
Another question from the same guy, Lionel Cyborg. It's basically. It's from Ken Knight. Do level making tools from? Oh, sorry, that's Angel of Darkness question. As I said, let's keep it on Tomb Raider 3, please. Was the India designed first, or was it developed on levels non-linear, like simultaneously or something?
Do you mean were all the levels designed at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, we all worked on our own separate level. We'd all be sitting in kind of next to each other. I'd pop upstairs when they were upstairs, but then moved down. Tom and Jamie, after a while, we'd go down and see Pete and draw fruity pictures and pin them on his wall when he was out of the room. But no, we did. We used to all just sit in the same room, really. And this is kind of the situation was that none of us we had a healthy.
Not me and Tom. Me and Tom weren't allowed in the real room.
Yeah.
You were. Yeah. No, you all were.
We were in another room with Troy Horton.
Because
was that a psychological aspect why you couldn't join the other team, or was it just a?
We hated them.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think it's because we weren't both in the team at the start, so we weren't allowed in the room.
How long did it take you guys to make one level? Sorry, interrupted you there.
It's a bit hard to determine, I guess, because in some cases you're working on multiple levels at the same time, so you don't necessarily complete a level fully and then move on to the next. You're kind of working on parts of multiple levels, but I guess it's a couple of months per level.
Yeah, we
roughly.
So you're also refining as well, aren't you? As you go, you're kind of making things work a little bit better. I mean, you're adding the cues for the audio as well. So it's pretty much until the way I saw it was always being nurtured at least until until kind of like submission day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess you have like the bulk of the level, and then like you say, you're refining the level. You have people from QA or your other level designers giving feedback, I guess, to a point where you're adding pickups where your extra ammunition or energy packs are needed. In the case of Tomb 3, where we had the like the save crystals and stuff. You're adding extra save crystals for you to collect where needed. So yeah,
I remember
a constant refinement on top of the main bulk of the level being completed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember
Peter, do turn on your camera, please.
So is it going off again?
Yes. Because
lighting's nice on this. You hear me? Nice lighting, looks good. No, not this particular bit, actually. The previous part.
Am I back in?
Yeah,
there you go.
Some of the lighting wasn't my forte. Yeah, some of it looks.
No, mate. I genuinely meant it looked subtle and nice. The previous. I mean, I used to just put in red and yellow lights everywhere. As I'm sure AJ will be telling us later.
That fits London, though.
Thanks, Jamie. But no, we used to. So effectively, we used to have a year, didn't we, to make them, and we'd spend 6 months researching, which meant sort of recovering from the previous year when we almost died at the end of it, doing like 36-hour, in a row of sessions. That was.
And
I was
then
talking
the 18-hour days would start from like September onwards.
Yeah. So if we actually scheduled it properly, then we would have just been working like normal 9-to-5s. What we did is we skived for about 5 months researching, and then we hammered the crap out of it for 6 months until we almost died, and then we'd start the cycle again. And that's when we saw that we hallucinated that small lady with the vacuum that I was talking about, Jamie.
I got a question from Dean Cuthbert, who will probably hate me for butchering his last name. Were you taught to make the levels harder, or were you free to build whatever you want?
I guess we were pretty free to build whatever we wanted. I guess like the levels were in our hands for the most part. Again, we obviously got feedback from producers, other level designers. I guess a lot of feedback from QA, like the testers were really good. Of telling us when parts of our levels were terrible. It's like you need to change that, it's too difficult, and things like that.
That's how I kind of liked the way core design worked, was you were kind of left open to kind of doing what you wanted within reason, obviously, of course.
Rather
than how it's done these days, where it's all on storyboards and on, you got to follow this kind of that protocol, and you kind of lose the kind of creativity doing that. So it's one of the things I kind of also noted about core design.
Very different time for game development, for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Can I just say, I spent ages programming the monkeys so that they'd show you where the health packs were, and no one ever noticed, and everyone just shot them instead.
I did that.
Yes, you are. Yeah, yes, exactly. I can remember that. That was awesome. But it's true. Everyone just shot them in the face.
Yeah. I was looking at a level thing today, and I thought, I don't know if anyone has ever noticed that they actually show you where the health packs are. They just shoot the bastards.
I did. They're petrifying. They're monkeys.
I didn't have a clue about that until you mentioned it there. So
I had no idea to actually show you that.
Destroying any endangered species, Lara goes out of her way to destroy them.
But these are not endangered, though. Yeah.
They're what, Ash? They're monkeys.
They're not endangered monkeys.
Right.
But there will be now, because Lara kind of destroyed quite a lot.
But tigers, tigers on the other hand, Lara has
her new job could be a zookeeper. She just doesn't know it yet. It's a
thanks to AJ for playing through this.
You're doing a grand job, AJ.
I would have.
Are you trying to be on his good side because London?
Yeah, well done, AJ. Keep going, mate. I hear that there's a really nice level coming up.
I got further questions for you guys. We just seen some green crystals in here, which are health kit crystals here, but in the previous games there were save crystals for PlayStation version. What was the decision to remove these save crystals from PlayStation version in Tomb Raider 3?
I can't remember who did that. Go on, Tom. Yeah, no, you do.
Well, all I was going to say is, right, so my memory of it, I mean, I hated the save crystals. I think that partly it was because, so, in the PC, you can save it at any point.
F5.
So the trouble was that on the PlayStation, you've got really strict TRCs. So basically, you can't ever allow the player to save the game in a position where the game would then be unfinishable. And if you had, I don't know, like 2 pixels of health left, and you saved it mid jump over a pit of spikes, then you've basically screwed yourself because you can't then load the game without instantly dying. So I think it was a way of basically forcing saves at only certain positions. But
well, you knew that there's something dangerous coming up if there's a save crystal.
Yeah.
We because we were talking about this in the last stream that the sort of save crystals have made a comeback, not save crystals, but getting to a save. So like the bonfires in Dark Souls, because you get a huge sense of achievement if you reach a save crystal. If you can save anywhere, you've got a constant feeling of safeness, haven't you? Which removes the jeopardy of kind of playing difficult levels.
Yes. Right, that was a question from Vadberly. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Another one, I just want to say something from Jimmy Bimmy. I just want to say a big thank you for making these games. I was only young when these games came out, but I used to watch my dad play them in the 90s, and they were the best times of my life.
Great.
That makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I imagine you might have been playing the London levels.
Probably not. I do like Aldwych, but nothing else from London. Sorry.
I do like the inventory in the Tomb Raider games. I completely forgot how it was actually.
The ring.
Pretty cool.
It's the last game to have the ring as well, because in the next one they switched to a more modern kind of version of it. Right, I'm continuing with the questions. Were these India levels designs influenced by better Peru levels at all? This is from Apollo 353.
Influenced by the Peru levels?
Yeah, because there was a Peru that was cut from Tomb Raider 3. So was this level design, Jamie, inspired by those cancelled levels at all?
I don't think so. Again, like Heather had started, partially on this level, so I think the India setting was always intended. Whether it was kind of inspired from a level what was going to be from Peru, I'm not sure, but yeah, I can't quite remember that. I know. Where is this? There's the Cambodia levels, right?
Right.
That was in Tomb Raider 4.
That's 4, right? So maybe there was something with that, but again, I'm not sure if that was taken with that inspiration in mind. I think just Cambodia was just a really cool setting, I think that's why that was chosen.
That's nice cool light, Jamie. It's nice light in there. It's subtle.
Yeah, but AJ is cheating. He's making the brightness up and down because he can't see stuff. And for that, my dear children, I have the following to say, which I hope will work. There we go. Shame on you, AJ, from cheating with a thing.
But Tomb Raider 3 was when we first introduced all the extra triangles, right, in the flooring and stuff.
Yeah.
So we could have a little bit more interesting geometry, where Tomb Raider 1 and 2 everything was purely squared. Tomb Raider 3.
The river dance, wasn't it? Tomb Raider 3 was the river dance, where she used to frequently end up river dancing in one corner of the map. That was the frequent bug. Other than the hands and feet bug, we used to get in from the Japanese testers.
Exactly.
Her hands and feet are not working with the hands and feet, with the feet and hands.
Yes, Corey. Amazing. Hands and feet, Corey.
Luca S is asking, Andy, did you write any dialogue in Tomb Raider 3? I love it so much. The NPCs were so much fun. I assume it was Vicky.
I don't think. No, actually, we didn't. Unfortunately, I was thinking about this earlier. No, it was Vicky. Vicky, we kind of worked out the story, but it was interesting because Vicky had to kind of develop. It was a very pure sense of her developing the script around our levels. And having become a scriptwriter after, on Tomb Raider 4 and 5, I realised what a difficult job it is. It's a real nightmare trying to kind of write dialogue and plot around around people who've just designed levels. I mean, I think Jamie and Tom might remember Shell Shock, where every week I'd have a new character somebody deliberately killed in a level that I had to write out of the script. So yeah.
Yes.
So it's a difficult job, but I mean, it has reversed now that we've got I think people like Rihanna Pratchett who they come to her first for the script, and it's only just started to turn around with scripts coming first in games. Well, obviously the designers sit with the script writers, but we used to just have to paste the scripts in.
I think it's Peter typing. Terrible person.
Sorry.
Stop typing.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Just saying that it has become more important. Script, it's really important now. Whereas when we were doing it, like I say, I mean, I got put on the scripts because nobody else wanted to do it, basically. So that's kind of where my interest in becoming a scriptwriter came from.
Yeah, I remember the 90s when because in my country we didn't had proper copies of the game. It was always pirated from Russia or whatever. And I know, terrible. But I tried to get legal. Now I have all the legal copies. All good. I have a big Lara here from Peter. Basically, the pirates would cut all the FMVs and stuff like music, audio, just to squish 5 games on one CD. So because not important story, but now you kind of want to know the story, as Andy was saying. The times have changed quite a bit, and actually I now enjoy knowing the story, and now enjoy watching FMVs from old games and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah, I do enjoy watching the FMVs actually. I mean, I do enjoy. I don't think any of us have. Last time we said we haven't played these games for 20 years, and it's fascinating to see them because they still stand up, other than obviously the London level. AJ, thanks.
But there's very cool Masonic temple in Aldwych, and I do like the museum. It is difficult though, but it looks nothing like British Museum. I'm very disappointed in you, but
no, it doesn't look like the Natural History Museum because they got it wrong. So I went to the British Museum, took all the photos.
Yeah, but it doesn't even look like British Museum either.
It should do, because I spent about 3 days in there taking photographs.
It definitely doesn't have a big sphinx in the British Museum.
Well, artistic license, Ash.
Yeah, a licensing for old stuff. Yeah, of course. Okay, if you say so. I just want to give a shout out to Terence, who is moderating shitloads of questions as they pile through, because I cannot hold that chat down. So thank you, Terence, for helping me out. That's my mod.
Thank you.
A comment from Lucas Oliveira. Thank you all so much for these games. It defined my identity as a gamer. It turned out to be my favorite game of all time. So there you go.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Were you guys aware how dark the game was on PS1? That's from Derman.
I was.
only your levels, Andy. Yeah.
How dark are the general lighting?
They are very
for the
dark,
entire
yeah.
game?
Even on PC, they're quite dark. You have to put the the brightness gamma all the way up.
Yeah.
It could have been that when we were developing our monitors were a certain brightness, and we probably never did a check of to calibrate the monitors to a certain level, and then basically realize it's the lighting's maybe a bit too dark. It could very well be that.
This is something I actually wanted to ask.
Ideal.
Sorry,
a lot
Peter,
of companies now don't calibrate their monitors. They're just it's mentioned a lot, but it's just not done. Same with sound. You create a sound on a shitty hi-fi speaker, and you just don't know how it's going to communicate across other speakers. So it's you will
know about shit sound, won't you?
I know all about shit sound. I know all about shit music.
Apart from your new CD, Pete, which is amazing, I should point out.
It's funny when we were doing Dark Engine Symphony, we produced shit music books, and he kept calling them shit music, which I do agree with. Shit music.
Sorry, I shouldn't swear.
Very shit music, which is a joke, everyone. This is how we joke. This is something I actually wanted to ask last stream that we had, but probably it's now even better because now we have two level designers and a programmer involved. Peter, it's probably not so much for you, but in those 90s days when you were developing these, you were developing these on the CRT monitors, you know, those terrible things. How are you not blind?
I am.
I'm blind by other reasons, not the reasons by CRT monitors.
Did we? I don't remember them being that bad. Did we have CRT monitors? Was it the big chunky?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
We definitely had those monitors.
I have pictures of you actually here.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
yeah,
AJ,
I don't know.
can you pause the game for a second?
I can't remember them being that bad.
I'll tell you what it is. It's because we spent 6 months on them and 6 months off them buggering about.
Right. So, guys, I have something to show you. I probably should have started with this. Rich isn't here with us today, but there you go.
God.
The team. I missed Tom. There you go.
How
so
old?
here we have Tom Scott, Andy, Jamie in the top left, and Peter over there, not waiting in tone that he does now.
It's a power stance from Pete. He always used to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't like being in the photos, doesn't he? So he's just like.
Sure he's not just trying to hump his keyboard.
Well, that could be the case as well, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's like that dude at level 42 with the guitar. It's like Pete always has to stand up when he's doing his music.
Because you pulled the chair away from us. That's what it was.
I was asleep under your desk.
And there you go. You have those huge monitors. Things.
I think that's probably one of the only
people popping their head through the door. You used to pop their head through the door. You could see them in the kind of it was dark in the room, but you could see them in the little window bit looking in to see if I was there. And I was also under the desk going, "Fuck off."
I think probably some of the worst things with those monitors are you sometimes used to get some like dodgy like refresh rates where you could see the entire screen just vibrating. Maybe that doesn't help for your eyes, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, AJ, we're ready. You can continue. Yeah. So this is what really fascinating, because I used to have CRT monitor until like 2008, 9, and my God, my eyes. Like I am like, well, I'm not that bad, I suppose, but still quite. There you go, the crazy Tony guy.
All right, cool. Cutscene.
Yeah, cutscene.
Check it.
I can't remember this.
Did you do the audio for this, Peter?
What's that? Sorry.
Did you do the audio here?
No, not me. No, this was Nathan Martin.
Oh yeah.
Is this got the one that's got Jodie Bob or that guy in America? The Australian guy. Oh, he's English.
Yeah, we used to always do Willard impressions. Yeah.
He's Scottish.
Hello, Lara. Who are you getting on tonight? Then, thank you.
It's like a blonde-haired Curtis from Angel of Darkness.
Oh, you remember Curtis? Look at you. Can't remember your own levels, but remember Curtis.
Oh, he's a bit thin. He's a bit thin, that fella.
Curtis was fatter.
Did you do the Angel of Darkness as well, Jamie? I can't remember.
I only worked on it for a few months to help out, so it's not doing anything particularly exciting.
Is this tier 3, not Angel of Darkness?
And we know, Captain Obvious.
I do remember we always used to have to. We got a lot of the props farmed out to us for the cutscenes, and we used to have to. You'd be in the middle of doing something, and they'd go, "We need a crate or something for a cutscene," and then you have to go off and build a crate. So usually the props were quite crap in the cutscenes because we just do them in about 2 minutes and get back on with the levels again. It was either us or Phil used to make them.
Yeah.
Locations-wise, we have a question again from Dean Cuthbert, who I can't pronounce last name of. Who came up with the locations? Were they there when you guys told go make some India levels or go make London, etc.? Or like?
No,
we pitched them.
Yeah, we pitched and we came up with the locations of what we thought was cool.
Basically. And who was deciding? Was it the entire studio or just Jeremy?
No, it was Jez.
Yeah, Jeremy and Adrian, I guess.
I do remember going into Jez and him going, right, tell us what you want to do, and then I was thinking, oh Christ, I want to do London, and I was like, can we do London? He was like, yeah, all right, I suppose. So I do remember a meeting where I think we went in as a group and we had to just tell him what we wanted to do. Got a memory of that. Do you remember that, Tom?
No, I think that might have been before I got there, because I got in
right, yeah, okay.
2 or 3 months later, didn't I? After the start, I think.
Yeah, that was before me as well. Like India was already started. Yeah.
When did everybody start voting a core then?
1967.
Yeah.
When did everybody start? 93 for me.
Was it 93? Wow. Okay.
I was there way before any of you lot.
Yeah, you won QA, weren't you, or something in the early days?
Yeah, I was in QA for a few years. So this Tomb Raider 3 and the India levels was my official first level design job. I was promoted out of QA as level designer for Tomb Raider 3. Yes.
Yeah, we were glad to have you, Jeremy. Yeah, there was some nutty Q&A that were trying to get the job, and I think we requested. But for instance, Dave was great. But I think we just wanted you because you're a bit more clued up, clued in,
clued on.
Sounds right.
Clued on, yeah.
My English is terrible, and you guys are not making it better. Thomas Isaacs, a story question. I don't know if you guys can answer this, but I hope you can. There is a Billy, the guy who blows up the rock in Antarctica. It's in the opening cutscene, which we haven't seen, unfortunately. Was he meant to be in a story? Because his character doesn't get featured again.
I can't remember the character, but we do remember Willard. Because as I say, that was one of those things we used to walk around the office doing impressions of him. Hello, Tom, how are you getting on today? In our best pseudo-awful Scottish accents. So, no, but I think, as I said, we shifted a lot of things around when we were designing the levels. So it might have been planned, and then we would cut. Back in those days, we weren't adhering to a strict sort of script. We just we did what we wanted, and then we go to Vicky and then say, sorry, we've cut one of those characters out and killed them.
Yeah, blame Andy for the lack of that character anywhere else in the game, I would say.
Did you kill he didn't. He's like final boss in Hero. I for some reason thought he's dead.
Give me 2 ticks, guys.
2 ticks. Who voiced the other characters? This is a question from Spacebuds 93.
Tom.
Tom?
No, I didn't. Who did? I don't know.
Who voiced the what characters?
Just the other characters in the game.
Oh, no, I did. I went down to the voice recordings for 3. So 3, that was when it wasn't at side, so it was kind of in a little back room somewhere. It was somebody that Andrew, what's his second name? Thompson. Andrew
Thompson, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Thompson knew some sound guys down in London. It was one bloke who had a little studio in Soho, and we would bring in actors, and they would read their lines separately, so there was no coherence between the lines. So, you get somebody asking a question, and then the other person would answer it in a completely different tone of voice and that sort of thing. But no, it was a nightmare. Yeah, all the actors thought that games were complete shit. So, I spent hours just trying to say, can you just try to read that like you'd sort of like you're an actor, without saying that, because obviously they get even more moody. But it's just this complete disdain for the fact that games were some disgusting medium that they were getting. It got a lot better when we got to the side, but we were still having. Actually, one of the actors that really got on my tits, excuse the French. He also was on Tomb 4 and 5. And I spent hours trying to get him to read a bloody line like he was actually acting. And it was supposed to be this, it was like a Russian character. And every time he read the line, it was like he wanted to read it like that. And I was like...
It sounds Italian, to be honest.
Well, I'm doing sorry.
I don't sound like that. And Russian is my first language. Just so you know.
Do a Russian accent. It's a really heavy-duty Russian accent. Say,
what do you mean do a Russian accent? It's my accent, naturally.
But he was doing this ridiculous caricature accent.
Over the top.
Yeah, and I was just kept saying, can you just sort of
Be
do it
normal.
normally? Yeah. And he was just not having it. It was like, he was just a stupid man talking to me about games. I'm an actor. It's got a lot better since, obviously.
Yeah, it's strange with that, isn't it? Yeah, just how now obviously games are perceived. It's big money industry. And so for even like with the new Tomb Raiders and Uncharted and Grand Theft Auto, it's like very big story-driven games.
Well, like I was saying, we
big named actors as well.
So I auditioned what's his face out of Red Dead Redemption. Remember we got him for Griffin on Shell Shock.
Yes.
So he was the main character out of Red Dead Redemption. And his first job in games was Shell Shock was Griffin, and I was playing Red Dead Redemption, and I thought, bloody hell, that's Griffin. And so I found him on Twitter and just said, did you did Shell Shock, didn't you? And he was like, yeah, that was my first job, and my second job was Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought, bloody hell. So Shell Shock did have something good came out of it.
Shell Shock is not as bad, I think.
What?
I never played it.
That's very kind. It's very kind of you.
I never played it, to be fair. That's why I'm just being nice to you all. I'm off tomorrow, so that's why I'm being nice to you all.
Well, you got it.
No, I don't think anyone enjoyed making that game in any way, shape, or form.
Or playing it. Go on, Tom. You were in charge of that for a while. You have to.
I just I've erased it.
It's your fault, Tom. I forgot about that.
It's your fault, Tom.
Tracy Chapman is saying, "Hello, everyone. Phil Chapman is hiding."
Ah, right. I was going to say we should get Phil on one of these.
We should get Phil on one of these. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Phil will have animated this monster, won't he?
Oh.
Yeah, Phil animated this fella. That's for sure.
He did. Yeah, Phil did an amazing job. And also, I'd like to point out this was another one. This was like my first, probably the first monster I did when I was just trying to get it a bit more Zelda-esque, where you just couldn't just shoot it.
This is my actually favorite level in India. This because of Shiva, and also this is the gay wedding I never had. So this looks like it anyway, with a crazy monster.
That'd be some wedding.
Yeah, I know, that would be hilarious to have. Imagine like, this is the mother of the bride. With 6 hands.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was cool getting these characters in. The Shiva character was really cool.
Yeah, completely unexpected.
Tracy, give Phil a kiss from us on the head. It's been too long, Philippe.
I'm just trying to find some more questions for you. Was Lara supposed to have a knife in this game? This is from Goran. There is some footage from back in the day where there is animation developed for it, if I remember correctly.
Don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure where. I guess I don't know where a knife would be entirely useful.
I
You have to have kind of hand to hand, like a small like stab or a slash.
Yeah, but in Compound she has no guns, so like in Nevada levels, which we will get to because there's good NPC programming from Tom to talk about.
I think
yeah.
No, all I was going to say is I think you're right. I think that does ring a bell. I think there were discussions about it, but it might have been because there just wasn't room for the animations, because suddenly adding a load of knife animations would have been a pain in the arse. I mean, the other thing is it might have been to do with the age rating. I've got the feeling that actually knifing someone might be seen as worse than shooting them for some reason. For the classification.
Can unload a whole clip of from an Uzi, but yeah, knifing them is
into a Bengal tiger.
Yeah. or a small monkey.
Who was going to show you where the ammo was?
Yeah, fucking right. I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh dear.
But yeah, I guess I don't know. I think a knife as well. You would have to have. Would you need certain other like hit reactions from the enemies as well? And
who was it? It was Joe, wasn't it?
Complicates things.
It was Joe doing animations.
Darren Wakeman did.
Yeah, I think
most of the Lara animations for Tomb 3.
No, he didn't. He did.
No, it was 2. He did them.
Yeah. No, Daz, he did the
No,
four.
Stuart did 2.
It was Joe on 3, I'm telling you. Yeah, it was Joe on 3.
Yeah, man.
No, there was. I'm convinced it's 2. It might, if not, it will be 3.
No, I sat next to Daz on 4. I used to work with Daz on Fighting Force when you lot were doing 2. I sat next to Daz, and then when we moved rooms, maybe it was 3.
It definitely was 3.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think Joe then came on, and he also started to take some of the animations for Lara, just because I think there was quite a lot of additional animations. But I think Darren did say half.
It's funny, you know. I'm
half
actually,
and half,
I'm actually,
for example.
I'm just having a sub conversation with Darren Wakeman at the moment on Facebook. If you want me to ask him, I can do that.
Ask him why he kept going home at 5 o'clock when we all had to stay till 10.
Because he's a wiser man. That's why Joe came on 12 pow.
Ask Daz about that story about when he fell asleep behind the speaker at a nightclub. But he somehow managed to sleep for 6 hours behind a speaker at a major nightclub.
Sorry about the clacks.
I have a question.
Sneaky reload there.
For the community. What's the fastest time anyone's completed Tomb Raider 3 in?
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, say that again.
What's the fastest time someone has completed Tomb Raider 3 in? What's the
Right. Well, let's ask the chat.
What's the record?
Is this a question directing that watching the Bake Off tonight?
Let's see what chat says. And whilst people are typing, I'm gonna cover some things that was say. Tracy Chapman says kisses given lol. Now someone asked which levels were made by whom, so let's cover that up, please. So I know this is made by you, Jamie.
Yes.
London was made by you, Andy.
No. Tom made all the London levels.
No, you did.
Tom does everything
you
on
leave
this
Tom alone. You did that. Take
right,
responsibility. Who did Antarctica?
It's Pete.
Yeah,
Pete Duncan.
Pete Duncan.
Duncan, and the rest, which includes the Manor and Nevada, were made by Rich Morton.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did. No, they did. We shared Nevada, didn't we? Rich had his own level. Did we not do the? I thought Rich had another level.
I definitely didn't do any of Nevada. Maybe someone else did a level for Nevada or something.
Can I just jump in there and
The
clarify?
majority of Nevada, I think.
Can I just jump in and clarify? Can I just jump in and clarify something? Darren Wakeman did all of 2 and a bit of 3. Joe did most of 3 and 4.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
There we go. Some answers regarding completion. Andy will love that. Did Cuthbert 6 years, and that's just for Aldwych. Embor
Aldwych,
4
I think,
years.
was all right.
I think that's actually the only level I can tolerate in London. Well, to be fair, the museum is okay as well. I don't really have that much trouble with London. And then again, I don't really play these as much anymore these days, so I might hate you after playing them.
Play it back, Ash. Play it back. It's beautiful.
Nikki
Especially
Loney
Sophia.
says 58 minutes, I assume using glitches. Clona glitched 1 hour. Yeah, so there's a glitches that you can use to TR3 speedrun in 57 world record is 57 minutes 31 seconds. That's by Derman. And Clona says, who said he finished it with glitches in 1 hour. Without glitches is 2 hours apparently. I don't know if he's a machine.
Without glitches, 2 hours. That's
What's a glitch then? Is that like when? What's a glitch?
So you can like maybe there's some parts of the level you can shortcut, or
Well,
like you
there
were
are
saying,
some
like,
in Tomato 4 as well.
if you jump left, then you complete the level. Yeah. Obviously that trims off like 30 minutes or something.
Yeah. So that was a year for like 57 minutes. So that's a good exchange of work versus time enjoyed.
Okay, come back to the. Did Heather start making a couple of levels before shifting to Project Eden? That's by Ken Knight.
Exactly, yeah. So
I love Project Eden.
She started the first India level, and then basically she wanted to move across onto Project Eden. Yeah.
Oh, I've got a question for you, Jamie.
To be involved in that from the beginning, basically. So
Can
I
I
think
ask
she
you a
didn't want
fan
to waste
question?
time.
Jamie, can I ask you a fan question? What this is, I keep trying to tell people this story, but obviously now I've got it directly from the Jamie's mouth. So, what did you find in that the room from the rebellion knobheads? And I'll say that officially. What did you when they chucked all the Tomb Raider stuff out? There's a lot of stuff in this skip. We used to have a room, didn't we, full of Tomb Raider memorabilia that rebellion effectively just chucked out.
Well, a lot of it, got put in. A lot of it got put in a kind of warehouse at Rebellion head office.
Oh, right, really?
I know somebody that worked there and took a photo of all the memorabilia. So whether it's still there or not, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of it. I think there was quite a lot what went in a skip because there was.
Yes.
I was one of the last people to leave the office, so I actually helped pack all of the office and deliver it in a delivery van to the Rebellion headquarters. So.
Right.
Jesus Christ!
I
did message them. They said they didn't respond to me. They follow me on Twitter.
Surprise!
But they don't own anything. They don't own anything Tomb Raider. So
no, exactly.
But Gavin managed to rescue some of it, and I actually have a couple of Tomb Raider 3 trophies upstairs.
All right.
Nice.
Get them over. We'll get them sold.
Or just give them to me, and I will keep them nicely here.
Don't send them to us because he'll give you the wrong postcode.
Yeah.
I used to own Ken Lockley's core bag, but
oh god!
Please don't talk about Ken.
I had a lot of the framed Tomb Raider artwork and pictures. What was around in the office? I had them at home for a long time.
eBay
and some other stuff. So like the art, like the kind of those fancy art Bible things they had printed, where they had all the nice like Pantone color swatches and T-pose characters.
Style guides.
Yeah, the style guides, exactly. I had quite a few of those for a while. Yeah, basically I sold them all on eBay. Yeah.
You terrible person. I do have style guide, but I can't reach it. It was a gift from Merty. But if you guys have anything else and you really don't want it, but please ask me for address because Andy will send it to the wrong one like he did.
I don't think I have anything else now. I just, apart from a few of the copies of the boxed games. That's it.
Andy, your camera is frozen again.
Look, I just went upstairs and found these.
Oh,
go on, show us.
It's exciting. You see that?
Yeah. What is?
Look at that, beautiful. I mean, it's made of plastic.
Yeah, I can remember those.
Is that the award?
Yes, this is an award, an ECTS Interactive Award for Game.
Oh my God, that's
Game of the Year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
That's something that Crystal Dynamics.
What's it for, Tom? It's Tomb Raider 3 or?
Tomb Raider 3, and this is Tomb Raider 3 Jogo de Ano. In my finest, maybe Spanish.
Media score.
What's my lamp doing?
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Can you send us some photos of that after the stream, please?
So they were courtesy of Gavin, who I think rescued them from the skip.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, I know. Yeah, sorry.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the BAFTA.
Crystal Dynamics have it. It's in their studio. It's
that's very sneaky.
Ian Livingstone's got the giant Lara we used to have in the lobby, hasn't he?
Yeah, they have a lot of trophies in Crystal's office. I actually can send you photos if you want. I've been there.
I had half of the outfit. What we had, we had the Lara Croft outfit in that like glass cabinet.
Oh right, okay. Have you worn it?
I didn't wear it. No, I didn't wear it. It was all the latex is all tearing and stuff. It would have been too revealing.
I think I would have had that problem if I tried to get into it. The latex would have been
too revealing.
People say that this is a very well earned award. That's by Lion. So there you go.
Thank you. This is a nice looking level, Jim. Do you remember any of this? I
don't know. I don't remember I remember the textures and stuff. I don't remember the layouts.
Oh, do tell us how you done
and-
textures. Someone did ask that. Sorry about that. I can't see the chat that far back. But someone did ask about textures. How was textures made in Tomb Raider 3?
Go on, Jamie.
What did we use? Like, were we still using D-Paint or a very early Photoshop? Maybe.
No, it's Photoshop. Yeah, it was Photoshop. Yeah.
So yeah, we would get like photo reference, or like scanned images, and then obviously tweak them. So obviously there was no copyright issues, to create a tileable texture.
Well, we didn't want that bothered about copyright issues.
Don't say that. Maybe people are gonna get us.
You will not get in problem. It will be Square Enix Europe, so it's fine.
But they'll know about John Eves and the John Eves. They managed to take his hair off and they made him into a black man for Tomb Raider 5 to avoid him being the French John Eves.
The story on Jean Eves is available now. Previous stream for Tomb Raider 4. There's a question from Stubby110. Question for me: will there be such interview with former members from core design for Tomb Raider's Angel of Darkness? We actually done it with Murty and Peter. Look up on my channel. It's been a while back though, but yeah, we might do it again. Actually, yeah, we might do it again because we haven't finished it. Maybe Jamie will join us since he done some of the Angel of Darkness. So
what about Shell Shock stream?
I'm not sure. I will see about the interest. I will ask around. But what about the Rogue Trooper? Rogue Trooper, I think, will be the best.
Now we're talking.
Rogue Warrior.
Rogue Warrior. Sorry. Yeah.
Can we do a what was it called again? Smart Bomb stream.
Hey.
Yeah.
On PSP.
I did some of that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was the main.
that was on
I was
PSP,
the main.
yeah,
I was the main designer on that.
Were you? Oh wow. Do you know, it's actually I enjoyed working on that.
You can watch my interview with Jamie discussing Smart Bomb on my channel, if you'd like. It's actually the only video on it, so enjoy.
The question from Apollo353: where did inspiration come from when creating the meteorite artifacts?
I can't remember who thought of that. It must have been Vicky. I think Vicky must have. I can't remember. I've got a vague memory of a meeting with Vicky. So we are there. I saw Vicky. Vicky was the mysterious lady that lived in the office upstairs. She was about our age, I think. And she wrote the entire script for Tomb Raider 1. And then we didn't really see her, did we? Did we ever see her for any meetings?
No, you got the impression she didn't really like computer games very much.
Well, she's turned her back on all of it, hasn't she? You know.
Yeah.
She could have been a millionaire like us now, but
oh!
What currency?
Invisible thing.
Oh, hello. Is that a bit of?
cheeky.
I think it's supposed to use that.
Was that on purpose?
Well, we need to ask you.
Yeah, Jamie, you made it.
Did I do?
That might be, you know.
I think I did some texture magic as if you're walking.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that was on purpose.
I know I did that. I definitely did that in Tomb Raider 4 on the Temple of Karnak level, where I laid like a really thin room on top of another room to put the water surface so it looked like you were kind of walking on top of the water.
Can I say, I've noticed in the chat window about 5 people mentioned Peru levels, and I've got no recollection of Peru at all.
I think there is in a demo disc for Tomb Raider 3, you know how you have the globe where you select the level, and one of them was Peru. So I don't think we actually saw Peru, but it was one of the...
Yeah, maybe, well, if that is the case, maybe it was, a super early idea.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat.
I think it was probably just a complete mistake, and it was left on the globe and not removed.
That's the thing that people have to remember. It's like not conspiracy. It's just like shit. It's just like stuff that gets forgotten or no one ever had any clue about.
Sometimes you did start building levels and then they got changed. So I do remember, there was levels where we started them and then for whatever reason, I think, Jamie, I seem to remember you might have, we might have started building your own unique level for Tomb Raider 3, and then we just decided to just absorb Heather's level basically for purposes of time. I seem to remember, we all chose our own levels. And I don't know. I'm just putting,
Yeah, maybe. I know before I joined the project, I was playing around with the editor.
Yeah.
But I think I was doing something with like a snowy,
yeah,
like a snowy forest type of thing. And
yeah.
I think once I joined then Tomb Raider 3, basically it's like, oh, you know how to build stuff using the Tomb Raider editor. Do you want to now become a level designer on Tomb Raider 3? And yes,
I bet you wish now you'd started building stuff using the Hammer editor and then ended up like Matt working at Valve.
Well, this is
I did use the Hammer editor for a while, but yeah, I didn't.
It's interesting, isn't it?
This brings us to a nice few questions about the editor, actually. Sorry, Jamie, I interrupted you for a second.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's one from Nikki asking whether you guys heard about the Tomb Editor project.
I have heard a bit of that from probably one of these fine folks, but I haven't looked into it myself.
Neltharian asks, what do you guys think about people keep making classic Tomb Raider levels after 20 years?
We're happy, yeah. I mean, I'm saying that from my own perspective, but I mean, it's just lovely that people still want to make these things, I mean, we didn't invent Tomb Raider, but we kind of carried the torch, and we, we had an amazing time building these things, and it was certainly the best job I've ever had, and I'm allowed to say that because I'm an academic now.
Well, I work in university, and you know what? No,
of course
you're
you
not
do,
allowed to. So, also, your camera is frozen. What about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic that people are still interested. You continue to be interested in the old Tomb Raider games, and if they take fun and enjoyment out of building levels, that's fantastic. It's really good. That's what you want. I think that's what
days, yeah.
I think that's what really all game studios should encourage, that a community kind of continues doing things with your game outside of the game. I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, you want other people to take your ideas, don't you, and then build on them,
Yeah, exactly. If you've got
There
that
you go,
strong
Andy's
community of
back.
people.
Yeah, it's incredible how much community you guys actually built. I'm not talking about modern games now at all here, because they don't really get level editor. Andy, your camera is frozen in a very weird position. It makes me very uncomfortable.
I can see it. Yeah.
I feel very weird. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, you guys create there's a huge community that does fan art, writings, fanfics. Angel of Darkness is particularly good for that. But level editor is just huge. There's so many things that people create. People created their own level editors now, that obviously improved on visuals and stuff like that, and there's less of blockiness, there's more of free stuff, so you need to look into it. Speaking of, someone actually asked you, Jamie, whether you'll be interested to create a level these days.
It would be interesting. It's a matter of time, I think. It would be interesting, I think, to delve into it, I guess, to try out something with to create a new level. But
so what is the level? Is the level editor a completely new?
Yeah, it's a brand new Tomb editor. Someone says here, actually, Thomas Isaacs, he wouldn't be building levels if it wasn't for Tomb editor. It's so quick and easy to use, and he's currently building on your and the London textures. So underrated, he says.
Thank you, Matt. I think I'd be interested in looking at that, because one of the things that I've noticed is there's a lot of retro games coming back, and I'm not talking about making a Tomb Raider, but it's we honed our skills on making these retro games. I've always enjoyed making the kind of retro style stuff, and certainly with my students, it's kind of a good way of teaching them level design, which I do teach extensively. You'd be surprised after the lads get, but that I do teach them, and I'm interested in kind of looking at new editors. So it would be nice to have a look, and then I can get Jamie to help me
do all the work.
Well, I just left in the chat that please, guys, email me info and link on Tomb Editor, and I'll forward it to you, Andy, and you, Jamie, and you, Tom, if you would like to try building a level.
Tom has no idea how to build a level. No way.
Well, look at Sophia. That's a very tired laugh from Tom. We've read those long evenings.
When me and Andy spent a couple of hours trying to play Sophia level the other night, it just felt like having post-traumatic stress disorder. I felt quite disturbed by it, going through it again.
It was awful.
After all these years.
Yeah. No, I can understand the frustration of people playing the London level after playing that.
They're not that bad, honestly. Like it's just AJ can't play games properly. Look at him.
Well, no, I think it is interesting. Sorry, James, I was going to quickly just say that it is interesting how difficult we made, because we didn't really understand difficulty curves, and so on Tomb Raider 3 we went in and tried to put in everything we could, and we made it to our own level of difficulty, playing it repeatedly over and over during the day, and then we never tested it on people other than the testers who were hardcore game testers, and so it's one of the most difficult games in the universe. I think Jamie's was perhaps the only kind of playable easier level in it, really, which is good because it was the first level. I don't know. Do you agree with that? Or?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, like I think in general, I think we still had that idea in mind, right? That like the first set of levels should be easier as you know. And then moving on, as the levels get more difficult, and we introduce different weapons and different settings, and that kind of stuff.
Submersible.
Yeah, I don't think we were that inept.
I didn't just mean inept. I just meant that we were relatively experienced with game design.
Yeah, I guess a bit more freestyle in some cases.
We just did it really hard, though. That's the most terrifying freezing I've seen. Is your camera frozen, Jamie? That's terrifying.
His camera is frozen because your camera is frozen, and Skype is broadcasting too.
There's a nice profile picture right there.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I just about got it as well. Oh, it just went.
It's because of your camera, Andy. That's why his face is like that.
It's just my.
Jamie, your camera is not frozen. It's because Andy is frozen and Skype is leaving the last frame when when Andy's talking.
Andy's got a camera virus.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Camera 19.
I was going to say they should do a like a Tomb Raider Maker or something, like Mario Maker. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, can't they? Because obviously, yeah.
Preaching to the choir.
But,
there is a question from Kathy Shaubi. I'm very sorry, I pronounced that wrong. He uses Tomb Editor in his game design workshop. Any tips for students on level design from Jamie and Andy?
Well, I think have a clear objective on your level is one of the main things. That if you've got a convoluted and complex level, you want to make sure that you've got little stepping stones along the way. So, if you can't see the exit, for instance, make sure you've got an enemy on a platform where that's the way to go, and then direct the player towards that. I'm saying all this, and Jamie's still a top quality level designer, so I should defer to him.
Sorry, what was the question?
Any tips on level design workshops for an academic? We're doing like workshops for students and stuff.
Tips. Yeah.
Well, it's quite hard, Jamie. It's because it's like because I've been doing it for 10 years. So I learned probably.
Terrible person.
I think I probably learnt more from the students than I have from actually being a level designer. Because you watch people making mistakes. But I think I was actually doing some level design reviews of some of the students today, and I think the clearest thing from a player perspective is you need to know where you're going next. And we used to hide the route, but I think things like Dead Space started using the objective display, and you realise that obviously hiding the route isn't part of the gameplay. You want to hide the route in plain sight effectively. So
that's absolutely. Yeah, I think the Uncharted games are like fantastic at doing that, of having natural landmarks in the level design. When you come over a crest of a hill, you will get that awesome vista, and you can see where your next objective is, essentially.
Yeah.
There's a really, I can't remember who did the talk, but there's a really good GDC talk. I think he was one of the Disney Imagineers, and he does a talk on the Disney theme parks and how basically that's a really good thing to look at in regards to level design, because the Disney theme park is just that it's designed with natural landmarks and landmarks of all the major attractions. So as you're walking down the paths, you'll see these major attractions, and then you take a choice. You only go left and right. There's interesting things for you to look at as you're going to that attraction, and basically that boils down to what people try to achieve in level design as well.
I'll tell you one of the best. Sorry, Jim, as I jump in.
Go ahead.
Just to say that, following on from what you're saying, is that one of the best level designs I've ever seen was, as a whole, was Titanfall 2. Strangely, and
I'm playing that.
Have you played it?
I started playing it quite a few weeks
some of the
ago, actually.
Some of the end levels in that are fantastic level design, and it's really a kind of being marketed as a multiplayer game. But they redesigned the levels around you, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of level design. So I would advise. Sorry, and also I was going to say that we used to get Guerrilla Games in, and they used to do talks for us on level design. One of the things, exactly like what you're saying, Jamie, is spectacle. So they would always say, as opposed to orientation points where you can kind of orientate yourself quickly in multiplayer games, they would always have a spectacle point, where you come out into a vista and you go, my God, this is amazing. And that was like, when you come out of the cave in Ultimate Underworld and you suddenly realise you've got a whole world in front of you. So Guerrilla had a list of things you were supposed to do that I think they utilise in Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes. Remembered the name.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew the name from somewhere.
I think as well, having like quiet moments in a level is really important. You're like pacing that. If a level's just, or maybe if a level is constant action and you're like doing those kind of things, that's the beginning of the next level, at least, or the next section of gameplay should be a quiet moment. You can't just be all frantic action orientated pacing, or it just becomes one note, and there's no downtime for the player. You're ready for the next big action beat or the next horror encounter or something like that. So you need those quiet moments to then build back to that action again.
Andy, can I just ask you to turn off your camera just so everyone else stops freezing?
I don't know what it's doing. It's really irritating.
Otherwise, Jamie will have a collection of profile pictures. Nickeloni is saying that London levels are the best.
Thank you.
Kaleidostar PH is asking, what level was the most and least changes and edits to? Like, I suppose it's for both of you, Andy.
For like, what do you mean? Like things what we maybe like redesigned, or?
Yeah, like which one of them was like more polished than that? That you. I will just read that question again. Jamie, could you just turn off your camera and turn it back on again as well?
Sure.
We're having so much technical difficulties today. It's great.
It's probably my camera.
It's what level has the most and least changes and edits?
I think you can ask Tom that one. Certainly, if you want to ask about the Sophia level.
We're gonna get to
that. I can't remember, to be honest, but I do know the India level with the quad bike. I think that was out of all the India levels, that was the one that was a bit more of a pain to lay out, just because of the still trying to make it interesting with the path and the track you need to take with the quad bike, but then you had to obviously make the paths a certain size, and especially when you had like a more of an angled path. Yeah, I think I remember you like trying to make them a bit bigger, because I had them at times a bit too thin, and it was just super difficult to to navigate down the road on the quad bike at a decent speed, without just slipping off the edge of the cliff or something. So I think that I probably had to change areas of that level the most, I would say.
Yeah, it was vehicle areas on it. Vehicle areas were an absolute nightmare. I remember that on the, I think it was Ludsgate, where the submersible, so effectively the first time we designed that, the testers would spend their entire time flying out the side of the map every 30 seconds. And I think that probably still happens quite a lot, but it was agonizing because I was trying to put them in tight little tunnels and sewers, and so we watched your Karnak, Jamie, the other day, when you got the Jeep.
Yeah,
and that, I was just saying, like a bloody nightmare, because you used to have to build thousands of miles of track to, from another level design thing, is trying to stop players running through your level. And when you've got a vehicle, obviously, you can just fly through thousands of miles of level in 10 seconds. I imagine that's difficult from a...
exactly. Trying to put in something a bit like interesting to do, and also not like it still takes a lot of work. So you don't want like all of that work and the level just to be eaten up, like in seconds. It's like I've done it. It's like, oh man, that took like still takes you like weeks or months to build, and then it's like it's only seen for like a minute. It's like so trying to have like switchbacks, or where you go through and maybe you have to come back through that section, maybe you to like try to reuse the space as much as possible. I think maybe on the Jeep section, maybe on the quad bike, I can't remember. Maybe I think in general, I think for some of the vehicle sections in all of the, I think, like Tomb Raider games, that there's parts where sections where you have to actually get off the vehicle, to interact with something, just to slow the pacing down, and then you get back on the vehicle to continue. Because I think without those sections, the level would be over too quickly, and maybe not so interesting as well.
We've got the cubic St. Paul's. I played this recently, and me and Tom couldn't get past this part. It was so hard. So I look at the top of St. Paul's.
Well, we're now in London. Oh, yeah.
Do you think Sir Christopher Wren would be such a famous architect if he'd actually made something looking like that?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
A little stumpy lump. Where's Pete gone? Has he gone for a poo?
Probably.
Yeah.
Thomas Isaacs is asking whether it's probably for Tom and Jamie to answer. Did you have the ropes planned for this game? India was supposed to have swinging vines, I read.
Maybe. Was there the idea of having swinging vines maybe for India? Possibly.
Yeah, I
know we added those in Tomb Raider 4, right? Like the ropes.
I think ropes were a real problem, and I think it may be that we tried putting them in, and they were just too many technical difficulties. They probably got abandoned. Would be my guess. I can't remember if they were originally planned or not.
I'm not sure. Maybe we went like there's the zip lines. Maybe that was the alternative solution.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think Gibby might have had a go at it. Yeah, Gibby might have had a go, and then Chris told him to fuck off. Or told us to fuck off.
Don't you fucking swear in my stream, Jesus fucking Christ! Language.
I'm actually doing an impression, Ash, of Chris used to. That was basically his only mode of
communication.
Communication was to just tell us to either F or C off or shit off. It used to be quite a frequent one, I remember.
Which is it? Tomb Raider 3, which has the mine cart.
Yes, in Antarctica.
Because I can remember Chris.
Go AJ.
I can remember Chris, I think, put in the minecart in the last week of development or something. It's like, I'm not doing that minecart, I'll do it later. Which he kept saying for about 6 months. And then it's like, Chris, the level's built, you really need to put in the minecart. So we can actually test it out with the minecart in the level. It's like,
that level is horrible. It's so difficult. Oh.
Yeah, and I think that's why, because the minecart went in so late that it was just like, well, that's it now. That's how it has to be like that because we don't have time to do anything else.
I've got a lot of time for Chris though, because I cannot believe, in retrospect, he didn't kill me. Because basically, I'd never been in a computer game. I came from university. I'd never done any game programming before. So about 10 times every day, I'd be going, Chris, how does this work? I don't know how to do this. And how he put up with that, I just
in
don't
the exact
know.
same voice.
Yeah, that's how I used to speak.
It's interesting how it's interesting how we chose the climbing textures, because that was a way of hiding the route in plain sight. But you kind of, there was no consensus across the level designers. You'd all just kind of choose your own climbing texture, and we used to obviously try and choose a texture that was partially hidden, but still fairly, because in the new Tomb Raiders they use the stupid clear wall where you have to, it's skill gating, where you have to use the pickaxe to suddenly jump across and stab you. But so it's kind of, that was quite a difficult part of level design, to try to kind of hide the texture. And I do know, AJ playing this, that we went completely the wrong way, Tom, and it's kind of like this is very much a case of me hiding the route, which is really bad level design. I'm quite pleased with how it looks though, but not the actual level design. So
I don't know. I think that was one of the charms, or the main kind of, I guess, level design ideas, right, for Tomb Raider. Like, I think in general, like, some of the paths and the ways to go are not that obvious. Like, the entire level is almost like a puzzle in itself, right? You kind of have to work out where you need to go, or like you observe and look around and like, oh, look, it's a very sneaky little like gap in the wall. That's where I need to go. I think we did it on purpose. We
did, yeah. But like Naughty Dog, they nicked a lot of stuff from Tomb Raider, and Naughty Dog, they always put bird shit on the platforms, and now they use a system of, they use a system of showing the route by readability. So you look at signposting, you look at a texture and go, oh look, there's a little ledge. But Assassin's Creed uses it as well with the pigeon shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess now, like certain things like that, the route is kind of signposted, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, now I guess in Assassin's Creed games as well, it's not. It's even far less of you having to physically kind of climb, right? It's really automatic climbing as well.
It's much easier.
That's the interesting thing. Is it like? Do you reckon it's just because Tomb Raider was a retro? Was a game which is 20 years old, or do you reckon it's like the equivalent? Like Tomb Raider is the equivalent of like Dark Souls is for combat. Tomb Raider was for exploration.
I reckon so, right? Yeah, I think that makes sense.
AJ, go on, AJ.
Crap. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, games have become so dumbed down now. Everything needs to be handholded. Like Tomb Raider, white ledges. We had white ledges from the reboot. Well, no, actually, Legend all the way up until Shadow.
Did you just die, AJ? Did you honestly just die?
Maybe.
Well, you deserve this.
I've hit the boost now, AJ.
But I think if they did, like a modern Tomb Raider with some of the approaches from like the old games, it would be considered like a Dark Souls experience. I think, in general, it's like, oh, this is really hard. There's like limited saves or something. Like there's not much ammunition around, or like ammunition and guns and energy is like pretty sparse. Like the secrets are a pain in the ass to get to. Like like there will be so many things that I think which would be comparable, I think, to some of the more like modern, like what people see as like hardcore games with like super difficulty.
So I think there is a market now for that, like there's a lot of retro games. There's a retro kind of Doom, I can't remember what it's called, a retro Quake type game, and I do think there is a market. I'm not pitching it. I'm just saying that I think there is a market for a kind of a retro kind of hardcore version of traversal design, level design, where you're not handheld, because Uncharted has been getting more and more feeble in its hand-holding with, you're effectively just playing a movie. And the massive rewards you get from something like Dark Souls, where you have to hammer it for hours. And the point is, you get a huge euphoric rush when you do it. And I think also what I was saying to you, I think, Jamie, before, that you used to work on the metrics as well. So you would have the D-pad, and it would be, you'd walk forward one step at a time, and you'd lock to the metrics of the blocks and the so it was much more like a puzzle, in that you'd have to walk carefully forward, lock yourself to the edge, step back, jump forward. It was like a metric puzzle, and now you just run about like a knobhead.
Yeah, and I think that was I think on on Toby's part and the original developers with the first game that was a stroke of genius, really. Like the using the metric to the advantage of the controls, that you walk to the edge. If you take a jump back, you're perfectly aligned to that metric block.
Beautiful.
Because I've friends, people I've met have talked about like the early Tomb Raider games. It's like my dad, loved Tomb Raider. I used to watch my dad playing it because he could use the controls. The controls were forgiving. Like he could just walk to an edge, hop back, make that run and jump, without it being so freeform. If you got used to the controls and the D-pad, you could still do that. You could kind of weave a little bit and time your run to make those jumps. But if you didn't need to, or you weren't pressured to do that there was always that safety net. Okay, I can just walk to the edge, take that hop back, and So I think that's why, lots of people, I think appreciated the game for that, for those kind of controls. I can actually remember designing this bit, and I've got a vague memory, and this might have been a fuck off from Chris. I remember asking, I remember there was a key hidden on that dude, and I don't think I invented that with regards to in Tomb Raider, but I'm sure I had to ask somebody if they were programming pickups on a corpse, and I think Tom, Chris. Do you remember, Tom?
I did. I think I put in pickups on corpses, but they caused an absolute fucking nightmare, because if you had a critical, like a key, something level critical, if you managed to kill a corpse somewhere accessible, that we had to make absolutely sure that it was somewhere that Lara could pick up the pickup.
Yeah.
So
I do remember. Yeah. So I don't mind this level. I don't know what everyone's complaining about. It was beautiful. Thanks, AJ.
Doggy.
Doggy alert.
We have a couple of questions for you, Peter, just so you stop dropping your phone.
Sorry, I'm on a bit of an episode here. Carry on.
Aren't you like always? Love you, really. Blade of Mud, do you think there's a room for game-centric... This is actually coming back to what we just discussed. Blade of Mud, do you think there is a room for a game-centric Tomb Raider game in modern video games market, where the focus could be precision platforming, puzzles, and meaningful exploration like in the classics?
Go on, Pete. Go for it.
Oh, sorry, that's not for Pete. That's for everyone. That's for everyone. Sorry about that.
Absolutely, yeah. Carry on.
Go on, Pete. Now, what do you think?
Yeah,
we were just when you went for a poo, we were talking about retro games. As in, it's like there's a lot of retro games coming back with regards kind of graphics. Oh God. I'll gloss over that. So I was just saying that would you think that there is a market for kind of a kind of hardcore, as this gentleman's asking or this lady's asking, is a market for a kind of hardcore traversal platform game again? Because there's a lot of games coming out there now aping the old stars like Quake and Doom, and there's a market. And I'm not pitching it. I'm just saying that I've noticed, and and we've always enjoyed making these games. And I thought, I'd like to kind of use that in the class maybe. I want to shut up now and let you answer, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not the best person to answer this, so I'd rather leave that with one of you. If it involves sound, throw me in.
Okay, then the question on the sound.
I would say that I would be surprised if people wouldn't like be into that, like to appreciate that if there was a game where it was more hardcore, like traversal and those kind of challenges, that I think now, with games like Dark Souls and there's quite a few other games what are really challenging then in combat and and things like that. Like, why wouldn't like a traversal kind of platforming game want to achieve the same thing? I know it's a few years old now, but like games like Super Meat Boy, is like an insane like 2D platforming game, and that was pretty successful. Really successful as like an indie game, and that is nuts. That's like for me, I tried to play that game and it's just like, oh my god, this is so infuriating. But again, when you actually achieve one of the levels, it's like, yes, it's like you can't believe that you actually managed to do it. So I think that's it works the same for, say, a hardcore Tomb Raider game or platformy type of 3D game. Yeah.
What do you think, Tommy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you say. I mean, I personally find like Dark Souls really frustrating. I cannot be bothered with it, that sort of level of frustration. But my kids absolutely love that and are very, So I can understand that there is a potentially a market for that, and it's an interesting design choice as well. I think that's the only thing is whether it is a kind of a design choice rather than something that's kind of forced on you by the technology, or the design the constraints of the editor and stuff like that. And I think to an extent it was with Tomb Raider. It's what we had to work with at the time.
It's constraints, isn't it, that create some of the best design, as in, without constraints, you end up with idiotic games. Things like, I can't think of any particular examples, but, where you've got massive tech. I mean, the new console's just coming out now, and you're worrying that God, it's like you sit in a room and go, what? I see the students doing it. I've got the students coming in the first year, and I'll say, right, I want you to make a concept document for a game, and it's stopped more. They've stopped doing it now, but they'll pop in and go, right, I want to make something a bit like Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm saying, right, okay, so that's that. Well, but I'm saying, well, that's a whole city populated by thousands of people. You've got ecosystems, and you've got a number of competing game systems, weather systems. You've got economies. So you're one person that's like 800 people over the period of 4 years, and they're going, well, no, I'm not going to do it as detailed. Obviously, I'm just going to kind of do it. I'm going to do a kind of rough version of that. And it's amazing that if you've got no constraints, people will just shoot. You need to be. I think you do need to be constrained to create the best things, and we were constrained.
You're absolutely. I kind of go in for. I'm afraid, like sad nerd that I am. I go in for quite a lot of sort of board game competitions and stuff like that. And the more constraints you've got, the better the design. It's like so hard to design something good when you've got no constraints. It makes for good design. The more constraints you've got, in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Definitely agree on that.
Agree. Absolutely.
Moving on. Sorry, Jamie.
No, it's just I think there's been past projects, right, like from other studios, where obviously kind of I guess money or budget wasn't an issue, and they start working on the game, and with one engine, then at some point because a new shiny brand new engine is out, it's like, okay, we're going to start using this engine now. And then another year or so goes by, and then that engine gets updated, or another engine comes out. It's like, oh no, we're going to use this engine now, and then the game is like 8 years old. And even though some things it might look pretty nice, but certain things of the actual game didn't change, so it's kind of outdated at the same time.
That reminds me of the project that we had a co-design. That reminds me pretty much of a scenario co-design. So
which one?
Every time a new piece of software kept coming out, things got updated, and then eventually the game just took forever to release, and when it was released, it just was too late, kind of thing.
Which one was it?
Shell Shock, wasn't it?
Shell Shock.
That was one of them, yeah. Hurdy-gurdy was the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah.
I was going to mention that, yeah. AJ, apologies for putting you through 3.5 hours of a building site.
We're still in fucking London. Sorry, I'm
Don't you fucking swear in the stream?
Unbelievable.
But yeah,
It's
like
so much love for London.
Constraints and like direction is important. Like on the case of like Angel of Darkness, where I think there was some decisions being made because of the recent other game, or games what have just been released. So it's like, oh, that we need to put that in the game now, and it's like, well, is that really Tomb Raider? It's like doesn't really make sense. But people are loving that, so we need to get. We need to put that in the game.
Games are
and
being
it's
made
like,
now,
oh man, it's like that decision's made, and you have to do it.
The
kind of
game
thing,
design now is being based on what other people have played, and it's kind of an amalgam of things from here, things from there, kind of thing. Whereas back in the day, it was all about kind of creativity and creating abstract and really obscure things, and then letting that kind of set the ball rolling. It's like the whole Tomb Raider thing was, it wasn't particularly made to be like something else, so it worked.
Yeah,
but a lot of stuff nowadays.
I mean,
it's reflective.
I did used to sit with Toby when he was, when he was playing a lot of games, and he did nick a lot of things. Not a lot of the 3D directional controls came out of Mario 64, but the one thing that he did put in later in the development of Tomb Raider 1 was the water, which was to do with we used to play, I think it was Quake at lunchtime, and there's water in Quake, and so and I remember going away, and then a few weeks later, like the system level popped out, and it was kind of like, oh right, he just introduced water as a and Heather herself has said that Toby would make these very rough diagrams, and then her and Neil would kind of sit down and kind of work them into something playable. I don't know what the point of that was, but thanks for listening.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with them kind of being influenced by stuff. It's just, I think, it's the same with music. You kind of like, you love this beat, you love that kind of style, you turn into your own, but you don't copy it. I think a lot of stuff's being copied these days, and just because they know it's a safe way of making a game, because that kind of like mechanic works. So it's like it's not as, I just find it's not as creative as it was back.
No,
like
I mean, you used to have to come up with new genres effectively. I mean, I remember Stuart Atkinson, who worked on Tomb Raider 2 and Tomb Raider 1 as well. He effectively came up with a kind of rough version of GTA with the kind of top down, and we did have the top down GTA at the time from Dave Jones, but he was saying, well, we want to be able to get out of the car and run around the city, and it was kind of a mix of Driver and GTA, but it effectively was kind of talking about the open world game. And so unfortunately I was in charge of the team, and then instead of making that, we made Blam Machine Head.
Did you know I had the idea for Grand Theft Auto back in 1993?
Of what, Pete?
I had the idea for Grand Theft Auto in 1993.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Well
done.
Yeah.
Nice work.
No regrets.
Right, Nick Burris. I want to mod that replace Lara with Ash. Well, you say that, but there is someone actually created a level with for my competition, and they actually made a model of me, which looked really cool. So maybe there is a question for you, Peter. Now, get in. Sound questions. Reason choice. Did you ever consider incorporating metal into soundtracks?
Possibly, I don't think the thought was there, but I don't think it was intense enough to be able to do something about it, because the kind of theme for Tomb Raider kind of already had been created, and I think kind of like diverting from that too much would have kind of took away the kind of the nostalgia and the authenticity. So it was there, the thought was there, especially when it comes to Angel of Darkness, which we're not going to talk about, but yeah, maybe in the future something might happen, so we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe that album that you're doing.
Maybe, yeah. Curtis, has a kind of bit of a rock theme going on for me. So
let me just paste people the link where they can send them to know about the upcoming album for them. There you go, guys. Make sure you sign up there. Right. Another question for you.
Yeah,
sorry. No,
I think for audio it would have been like, obviously we didn't really have those things in Tomb Raider, which I guess there's in modern games, but it would have been cool to have, yeah, like say like metal music or different styles of music, which was more you like kind of like localized music.
Yes.
You know, so if you're going past like something there's an actual stereo or you're like a radio like situated in the level, and that could be playing a different style of music, right? Which is not necessarily used for the main kind of audio or soundtrack to the game, but you could have those cool,
the ambience for the level.
Exactly, like cool pockets of music like that, you know, or like if a character's you're wearing, he's got like headphones on, or he's got like his own little like speaker or something, so it's like localized to that character, and you can hear like him, the music what he's playing through his headphones is actually coming through on the soundtrack, you know. That would have been would have been an interesting way to get like different music in the games. I guess maybe it would be tricky to do at the time. Maybe just how the music worked on the PlayStation.
We're quite limited with streaming at the time. I mean, now you can stream like 10.5.1 channels kind of thing. You know, so you can, there's a lot more bandwidth with regards to kind of sticking stuff in. I mean, I heard it going quite a lot when I was working on Watch Dogs. You know, you would walk past a cafe, you would hear some licensed music playing, but that's how it's kind of gone with video games now. It seems to be, rather than being focused on you writing 10 pieces of music and it's going to be used throughout, it's like, let's license 50 tracks and just kind of paint the rest.
It's true. There's a lot of licensed music, I guess, now, right? In a lot of games.
Yeah, but I mean, with Watch Dogs, for example, there was a guy in the street playing the saxophone, and they just used a stream of somebody playing the saxophone, placed on him as an object, and it creates that ambience, and then you can hear the radio from down the street, it's different how it was back then.
That Norse chick who is actually in the chat, she did the good metal cover of the Angel of Darkness main theme, and we'll leave it at that. She can post it in the chat if she wants to, and it's actually very good. I had it as my ringtone for a while. I'm one of those people who changes ringtones all the time. Another question for you, Peter. How much of sound effects work did you do for Tomb Raider 3?
It was very minimal. I mean, to be honest, I started in September and the game was shipped by November, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess mid-November or something.
Yeah, that's when nobody goes off for
holiday season.
For referral. But it's it was pretty much just kind of a lot of some of the dialogue and the train levels I was kind of recording and cutting up this, that, and the other. I didn't do much more than that. I did write a piece of music. When I was testing the game, I was playing the game, and when I got to the end boss level, there was no music, and I thought I'd write a piece of music for that and see where it goes. But I think I might mention this in the last stream, but it was kind of like too late in the day to get like the music track stuck on the CD, so I kept that for 4.
Speaking of that, the final boss theme you made for Tomb Raider 3, it's really cool how it was remade for Tomb Raider 4 on its base, while boss still sound different. This is from Little Lifesaver.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jamie, I interrupted you.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, did I interrupt anyone? No? Okay.
I remember I heard the track. It was the it was the.
Definitely.
Yep.
I think you got it wrong. I said it was. A comment from Teranatse, who is moderating and doing a lot of work here with this chat, because our chat is batshit insane right now. Tomb Raider 3 was my first Tomb Raider, and I played the first level of India more than any other because I sucked too hard and couldn't pass it for many years. That one level was enough to hook me on Lara and Tomb Raider for life. Thank you guys for creating one of the best games out there.
Thank you for playing it.
Well, if we're going emotional there, for me as well, Tomb Raider is quite important. Like, I met Teranatse because of this game, so, she's from Croatia. I'm from a country called Turkmenistan, which is, please don't Google it, it's shithole.
Sadly, you met all of us because of it as well.
And Andy bought a Victor Meldrew spitting image puppet from the Tomb Raider bonus. Wasn't it, Andy?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I bought it from Uzbekistan.
Yes. We spoke about it in the last stream about how you use the Bucharest? Was it? Or can't remember now.
Right.
Rachel Marie, how come the secret reward system was only implemented in this one game? One of my favorite aspects of Tomb Raider 3 is all Hallows level unlocked by collecting all the secrets.
I can't remember the secret system. Can anybody else remember that?
There are. So I will just explain. The secrets, you can collect them in Tomb Raider 1, 2 as well, but they don't unlock anything. So in Tomb Raider 3, they unlock all Hallows if you collect them all.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Okay.
I think my memory of it is that basically it was too much to keep, because basically, designing a level took a long time and a lot of resources, and I think kind of almost like wasting it. It was almost seen as a waste to have it only as an unlockable secret rather than as a main. That's my memory of it anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I can't remember why I built All Hallows though, because I'm just looking at AJ playing this, and it's just like backtracking nightmare through a building site, and it's just I can remember just hiding the shit out of the route. And I apologise for that. It's kind of like backwards and forwards, and it's not good level design. But you do occasionally get a spectacle moment like the rancid cubic version of St Paul's, but it's kind of like. We were just trying to cram so much in. It's just a hugely long level. We could have done well to cut back some of these levels. I believe personally from my levels.
To be fair, I kind of want to pop in and just say I kind of changed my mind on this level. Now that I know what the hell I'm doing, it's kind of growing on me. I like it, Andy.
Thanks, AJ. Thank you. The checks in the person.
Down below, right here, really well thought out. I would not have thought to actually jump to that corner and actually go over.
Yeah, it's hiding things though, AJ. I know, which I'm not. I appreciate we want to make difficult traversal games, but it's kind of just hiding everything.
Have you seen the chat, Andy? You destroy someone's life.
Yeah, and that North chick saying my life was destroyed by this level.
Yeah.
And I can relate to her.
I hope you're pleased with yourself.
When I was actually visiting London for the first time, I was like, that looked nothing like in that game.
To be fair, everybody's going to say this one destroys their life. Wait till we get to the kayak.
Oh, God.
We're not playing that today. We're not playing it today.
It's a vehicle.
The kayak.
Speaking about nostalgia of like looking at like going to London and it being nothing like it. Have you ever played a game that's been kind of in a city or a country, wherever, and then going to that country and then knowing what's around the corner before you've got there because you've played the game? That was quite surreal.
Yeah. So what games have done
Tony
that?
Hawk's is the one I can think of.
Oh, right. Okay. Assassin's Creed to some degree, I suppose. Yeah, I know the Venice, they shrunk it and changed it a bit, but going to Venice, I thought, oh yeah, there's that camping isle that's in St Mark's Square, and there was Assassin's Creed Unity, which I played again recently because it was free, and that's a beautiful Assassin's Creed game, and I used to work with one of the guys who was a producer, who Jamie may know, Olivier Dauber, and I messaged him just saying, I don't know what everyone was going on about with Unity because I thought it was a beautiful game. I thought it was a really beautiful game, and everyone got in a mood with it because the heads kept disappearing off the cutscene actors, Yeah.
To be fair, in Tomb Raider 4, there are quite a few textures I could recognize from British Museum. Because you guys used it for textures inspiration, you took some photos for it, and I've been to British Museum way too many times to count. So I was like, I know that one. I can't tell you exactly which artifact, but if any of you guys ever go to British Museum, have a look, and you might find something there. Yes.
Well, yeah, no, I spent a day. We went there for about 3 days, I think, and I just walked around taking photographs of the floor and the wall. And now I'll be locked up because they think I was planning some sort of terrorist attack. But
well, I do it all the time, and I go there with cameras.
There's a beautiful ancient Egyptian artifact there, and I've got the camera, and I'm taking a photograph of a vent. It's like
all the artifacts you British people stole. I will be British next year, so I will be joining the Thief Club.
You could join the colonialist mayhem.
Right, there was a couple of questions. I'm sorry, I did not get the name, but who designed Lara's model in this game?
Tom.
What?
Lara's model.
The model.
would that the actual model would that still have been Daz, wouldn't it? Or
I think that would have been Darren Wakeman. Yeah, I think.
No, Phil did the outfits. Phil did the cheeky leather
I
clad
think he
leather.
did.
Did Phil do all the skins?
Yeah.
Well, that answered the second question about by SDTV, who asked about the outfits as well.
I mean, did they come from? I can't remember if they actually came from. Did someone do sort of concept art for that, or did Phil just make it up?
No, I can't remember why we chose this. I mean, obviously it's really sexist and weird now, and just kind of shows its age. But I think it might have been. I know what it was. It was, I think, Batman 2 had just come out.
Probably.
With Catwoman in it. Yeah, and we effectively used to just nick everything from films, regardless. Which you can't do these days. But yeah, I think we've gone, oh right, let's put it in a cat suit and deeply sexist and weird. But there you go. That's the game industry from the 1990s.
That's what you did in the 90s.
Yeah.
There's some very dodgy adverts for it. Like, well, I mean, guys, so before this stream started, I was actually playing the 90s adverts, and yeah. Let's just leave it there. For Andy, did you come up with the idea that Sophia Lee had a company called Slink, or was it invented for Tomb Raider 3 Lost Artifact?
What was it called? Slink?
So yeah, Sophia Lee Incorporation, so it's like abbreviation SL Inc. Slink.
That was definitely my idea, yes. It wasn't Tom.
I have no recollection of that. I don't think you invented that, do you? Did you? I don't know.
But I do. No, I didn't know. But I do remember. We probably. Well, it might have been Vicky, but we did have to make another level using the same textures for the Guardian we were talking about the other day. We had to make. Was it Telegraph? We had to make a Christmas CD Times.
Yeah,
I got there in the end.
Times.
Yeah. But yeah, so we reused all those textures. But it would have been Vicky, I presume. Yeah.
To all of you. This is from Francesca Penny. What's everyone's favorite thing about Tomb Raider 3?
Tom.
No, don't.
Tom is your favorite thing.
Hey!
No, that's what I mean. It was Tom. Yeah. I couldn't get enough of him.
That's when we first met Tom. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, I would say
Geordie
Tom as
Bob.
well.
Oh, nice.
Geordie Bob.
Cheeky little face. Geordie Bob. All right, yeah.
Friendship for life. You see. There you go.
Deep and meaningful. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
beyond
3 was just
beyond the game.
Creators of Red Bull.
Go on, Peter.
And was it Lucasade? Was it
Lara
Zaid.
Yes,
Lara Zaid.
That was for Tomb 3. Yeah.
Was it Tomb 3? I thought it was. No, I could be wrong.
I think it's Tomb. I think it was for Tomb 3. Yeah.
I'm just trying to reach the bottle of that.
We just get crates of that stuff, wasn't it? Shipped to the studio. Crazy.
Gonna make it.
Nice.
Not gonna make it.
When was this made? I think it was 1999. Actually, this. Yeah, it was from the film. Was promotion for the film because there's Tomb 4 Lara on it.
Yeah.
So.
Again, see, we were never invited to the film set, and we never really actually got. We didn't actually ever get pissed off with that, but. Jez would come back and tell us about Angelina Jolie flying about on elastic bands, and we'd be sitting there going, "What's he got on about?"
I did. That was a nightmare.
Did you go to the set, Tom?
No. What I mean was because I just remember it was like, "Oh, guys, I'll take you all to the film set," and then it was like, "Oh, guys, I'll take you all to the premiere in London," and then it was, "Oh, I'll take you out to the Odeon in Derby."
Yeah, so that's where
I'll buy you the DVD.
VHS.
Yeah, which you didn't.
Yeah, we got none of it. Yeah.
Well done, AJ. I've got no idea how you've managed to get back there. Something must have opened somewhere.
Wait, let's celebrate. Party.
Yeah, well done.
I have these emotes, mate. This is the
To be
best one.
fair, I'm lost again.
Do you want to go to the next level?
It's like a maze.
Go on. But it's on.
Yeah.
Someone says you're level skipping. Were you doing this before?
Yeah.
Terrible. Where is my shame thing again? There you go. Controls.
Let's
That
have
actually
some
does
old
the bell
witch.
sound as well in it. There you go.
Wait a minute.
Right. Nick Burris, whose idea was it for the giant spider for the final boss?
So, I was Will we get to the final boss later?
No, we won't. We will just cover the London and a little bit of Nevada.
So in that case, I will tell you. So the final boss was, because I can't remember if that was Rich's idea or Phil's idea, but it was a nightmare, because that was someone. Because I saw in the chat someone said about what was the funniest or any funny bugs. And basically, I don't know whose idea it was to design the final boss that was exactly the same size as the fucking platform that he was standing on. So basically, for the first sort of two or 3 weeks of the final boss fight, the final boss would regularly fall off of that platform and fall into the middle with the meteor. Or basically, it was an absolute nightmare. That final boss, I hated it, because its legs were the same width as the thing it was standing on. It's ridiculous.
This needs to be scaled down by like 20% or something.
Oh god. So just trying to keep it on that platform and not falling off, sliding off the sides.
AI, Tom. AI.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're gonna get to the is it Lud's Gate next level?
It's Old Witch. It's got to be.
No, it's. I think.
Old Witch.
We will play Old Witch.
I must admit I can't remember the end game boss.
It's like mutant.
I have no recollection.
Mutant.
I like how I'm trying to like explain it with like multiple arms, like a spider kind of thing.
So again, it was brutal. If you basically at any point went off of the circular platform you were on, it instantly, if you hadn't already stunned it, it basically it was instant death from a big blue ball of plasma.
Nice. That is Dark Souls.
It is.
Is this Old Witch?
What level is this, AJ? It is Old Witch. It is Old Witch. Yeah, this one is my favorite actually in London.
This is my favorite level. Yeah,
I'm just playing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Tell me when to skip Ash.
No, you're playing it until we reach Masonic Hall at least, because we will out Peter as a Freemason who is eating.
Oh, yeah.
My God, terrible person.
Yeah, again, I took loads of photos down the. I remember it looking nicer than this.
No, the texture's actually quite spot on for the actual Old Witch. The textures are quite spot on in some areas, like that tiled wall that AJ just been before the corridor.
Did you break into disused subways, Andy?
Well, no. You see, I didn't. I was saying this the other week that we weren't allowed to.
You weren't
allowed to. Yeah, you can go now, but when I was making it, I used to have to get a load of books and take photographs of. I'd just scan the books. Now, I remember this room being a pain in the arse making this. Yeah, but no, I remember this distinctly, making all this, and I really enjoyed investigating, researching the history of the level and researching the tube stations. I remember researching ghosts of the underground ghosts of the British Museum, which Gibby recreated with 6 pixels as the scariest ghost I've ever seen. The 6-pixel ghost monster.
We should watch like next. Probably have a watch party and watch the Most Haunted episode where it's set in Old, which is Derek Acora.
Right, yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant and hilarious. There's an episode where Derek Acora goes, "Oh, I'm guessing, Marilla's dick."
Okay, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. No, my wife bought me a ticket to see Derek Acora live, comedically, obviously, and we went to see him live, and he spent his entire time just pointing at separate people in the audience and asking them questions that he guessed might be the name of one of their relatives. This went on for about 3 hours until I was almost weeping, but yeah. Do you know somebody called Joe? No, Jake. No, Barry.
James.
Jack. And then people will be going, no, leave me alone.
Yeah, I will. If you look up, guys, Most Haunted Old Witch, seriously, the best shit ever. That will make your day. There is a question it's a general question, so for everyone. Did you ever try any custom levels made by fans or watch streamers who played them? This is from Dines Radar.
I haven't, but I think I got a link you sent last time, and I do want to play it.
From a lion who is actually watching this. I did send the stuff.
Yeah, I would love to watch those, and I will watch them. I promise. As Ash knows, we've just
started.
You need
to play them. You need to play them.
Yeah, we started our academic term, and with the COVID, it's a bit chaotic at the minute. So, but I absolutely want to play these. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have a look at kind of, and I'm sure the other guys would as well. I'll hand over to
green
you.
Textures on the walls. That's literally spot on Aldwych. Like literally, all of this brings back a lot of flashbacks when I actually visited the place. And what about you guys? The rest of you, Jamie, Tom, Peter.
No, I haven't played any of the fan-made stuff. No, nor saw any streams or anything. So yeah, it would be interesting to see though, for sure. Would be
I will send you the link
cool
that Lion sent me.
Come up with.
So I will send you a bunch of them to play. Peter, have you played any custom-made levels?
I haven't actually. No, I haven't. But it'd be interesting if you got online and did a short stream playing them, just to kind of.
You know what? There is actually a multiplayer mode where you can play with multiple Laras, so we can do that if you guys want.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm a master. I'm a master of Tomb Raider, as me and Tom will prove for some of our streams.
Well, we'll do that then next. We will organize that.
I won't be holding anybody back. I can guarantee.
Tom, have you played any custom-made levels?
I haven't. I think feel like when we were doing this, I mean, back in Tomb 4 or 5, there were some custom levels around when people first started playing with the editor, which I might have played then, but I haven't done recently. And I'd really like to see this new editor. Sounds cool. Because
I did ask people to send me email and I'll forward it to you.
Because the thought of going back and using the old Tomb Raider editor makes me feel physically ill. But
this is what they did. They actually improved it. They made it so it's easier to navigate and use. Because when I first opened Tomb Raider level editor, I was like, "This is cursed. No, I'm not touching it." That said, I closed it and removed it. Never touched it since.
I spent so many hours running about in this particular area. This is really kind of emotional for me. Not in a I say really emotional, mildly emotional. It's just kind of I remember spending many hours building this particular section because I used to have to run down the clicking of Pete's keyboard to get to the bottom of the subway escalator, and so I used to have to run through that every time I was testing the level. And I remember just sitting in, I think we were all just sitting in a room for many hours, I was just testing and kind of weeping. But no, this is because I haven't been able to play this because obviously my hands are sort of lumpen and ancient. But it's nice to see a youthful human. AJ could be 90. I don't know.
Andy, can you just turn off your camera and keep it off just so it stops freezing poor Tom in that weird position? Just keep it off. It's fine. Just keep.
The internet can't handle your beard.
Yeah, you're too pretty for us. Peter, keep your on because yours is working all right.
The beard.
Right, so a little lifesaver. Was there a specific inspiration for the Masonic Hall in the depths of Aldwych?
It was really research. I read a lot of Peter Ackroyd had written a book called Hawksmoor. And as Tom knows, we From Hell by Alan Moore. He investigated a lot of kind of paranormal elements of London to do with the churches in the East End of London. So that kind of led to the Masonic part, and certainly From Hell was about Masonic rituals. And as soon as I'd met Pete, I could smell he was a Mason a mile off. And then I decided.
He's a Mason.
I know, yeah. So
this is a lie, Andy, because I told you that like literally 2 weeks ago. Yes, I have.
I don't know what you're talking about, young man.
I have emailed to prove of that. I have it in writing.
No, but yeah, no. So really, it was kind of just reading up on that area of London and the Masonic influence came.
That's funny. I was going to mention earlier on that was this influenced by From Hell, and then I didn't want to mention it in case I'd just made that up. But
no, I think we were both reading it at the time.
Yeah, I think we were.
I had the comics line on the desk in the office, and
I think we were both reading it.
But it was, it was a lot of paranormal influences. because we were all heavily into paranormal. Certainly, I know that we all loved Raiders of the Lost Ark, and that had a kind of hyper real vibe, but it was paranormal but somehow realistic at the same time. And we wanted to try and keep that vibe. I think sort of mystical, and it was the time of the X-Files as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Terminator was a show. Have an orgasm talking about X-Files.
Who's having an orgasm? Is it Pete? He's too busy
No,
tapping away at his blood people.
Terminator, who is moderating the chat. Jamie, could you please restart your camera for me?
I got you, Jamie. It's not.
It's because you are breaking it, Andy. It's all your fault.
Why is it always me?
No, it's me. I have to.
I mean, it's always frozen on my beardy old face.
AJ, you need to buy a ticket to get through that bit.
Yes.
Hey, nice work.
You need to tap your card these days, but to be honest,
you need the what's it
Oyster
called?
card.
Oyster, yes.
Look at you trying to remember back to when you lived in the UK 250 years ago.
Do I still have that? I think I gave it away to someone to use, actually.
You just use your credit card now, don't you?
Yeah, I just use the phone, to be honest. But the last time I went to London was a while back. Actually, no, it was last year when we were recording the Dark Angel Symphony.
Before the COVID.
Before the COVID, yeah. Before Peter spread his disease to us.
That's a different disease.
Well, this is why he was coughing his ass off, actually, at the recording. Because Richard Niles infected us all with, weird flu thing from America. It's all American fault, isn't it, AJ?
He started COVID-19.
Yes.
Who did you?
Sorry, Richard, but yeah.
Yeah, but Peter goes around, he likes his loose women. So this is how he... Yeah, this chat is going in a weird direction. I'm just gonna...
I don't watch loose women, I watch Jeremy Vine, only for Storm Huntley.
What's she Jeremy Vine doing?
If you laugh, you know what I'm on about.
I don't know what's happening anymore, you're scaring me.
Yeah, let's move swiftly on.
So
did you know I'm a Freemason?
Are you?
We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Well, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I
knew
that. Remember you told me that when we first met.
Yeah. All the degrees and some side degrees. Yeah. Be careful. Be careful.
They take anyone nowadays.
They do, exactly. Yeah, I've completely ripped the 300 years of the.
He inherited his masonry. He didn't get it.
Can you imagine if Mucky Pete was on the square? Jeez.
Oh, look, it's K. It's probably me.
You can only
That does look like my signature.
Join.
It says KA. It's Capriel.
Now, this is a maze, isn't it? I'm not keen on that. I'm not
This
keen
is
on
my
even when I was
Sonic
building this.
Is it
Yeah.
amazing? Yay!
Do you feel like at home?
Andy, I
That
feel
little
like you
golden
could.
handshake.
I feel like you could use this, Andy, as your levels in London as a sort of list of things not to do in level design.
Actually, you know what? It actually is. I tell the students not ever to create mazes because it's created.
When I was playing this as a young person, which I still am, I'm only a teen, because I age backwards. That's what we immigrants do. When I was playing this as a young person, I was very confused by all these handshapes because I never heard of masonry before.
What's going on with that one there? It looks like a lobster hand. That one.
It's a sugar puff.
This is so confusing.
What is the? Can you remember was there any kind of clues in this maze?
Yeah, there must have been if you had a door with a particular sugar puff pattern on it.
Oh, was that picture?
Who is that? That looks like
George
George Washington.
It looks like Charles Dance. That looks like Charles Dance. That one.
You know what it is? I really enjoyed 5 was probably Tomb Raider 5 was probably my favorite, but I think it's close. It's a close second with Tomb Raider 3, but I don't remember any of this.
This is Masonic Hall, Pete. This is where you were brought up, for Christ's sake.
I know.
I
should recognise everything.
In one of these.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know what this level actually reminds me of?
Your childhood.
My childhood.
Your bedroom.
No. Twin Peaks.
Yes, it's the red curtains.
Yes.
I live near Masonic Hall. Oh my god, I'm doomed. Rachel, Mary.
This
Not
looks
sure
nice.
this
I like this.
Sorry?
It looks nice. I like this room. Never seen it before.
Thanks, Jeremy. Thank you.
You should have had someone.
I've never seen it before.
You should have had someone speaking backwards, Andy.
It's amazing.
Well,
Sorry,
Pete sounds like he's
I'll
speaking
that one
backwards.
Rachel, not sure if this has been answered, but was there anything that inspired Tomb Raider 3, like any films out at the time? Just asking because of the heavy influence of the Indiana Jones had on the other games, particularly like Dead Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider 4 and 1.
I think it was still Indiana Jones as well. Indiana Jones is, I guess, like all over Tomb Raider. You know, like Andy said before as well. Like I think we all love Indiana Jones movies, so that was definitely a big influence.
Oh, there was definitely Jurassic Park, because it wasn't this. Isn't we skipped the levels with the little dinosaurs, didn't we? Because that was
they are further in the south. We will play that level, South Pacific Islands. We'll play the dinosaur.
No, we should save that because Rich will be back, and that was the level he designed. That was the one level I remember because he did Area 51, but he did the islands. So we should save that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll save it then.
South Pacific is Rich. Yeah.
That's the name of my Ark server. I don't know if you heard of Ark, which is another big game. Who programmed the trains that can run you over in this level? That was some jump scare. This is by Jeremy L.
I was really proud of those. Yeah, I programmed those in C++.
Liar.
What are you laughing at, Tom?
You know, I can kick him out from the call if you guys want.
And Andy doing C+++. Who's that?
No, C sharp ++.
Sounds like your eBay rating.
What was that? Was that the sewer cleaning? Was that the pipe cleaning ones, the yellow ones?
No. It's just the tube trains fly out of the tunnels, and because I always found it fascinating to actually consider that walking up the tube train. You know, when you're on the tube platform and you look down the tunnels, and it's kind of like obviously something kind of mildly Freudian about it, but it's kind of actually going down those tunnels. You know, if you had to. I think the King's Cross Fire was 80 something, and actually being forced down into those tunnels. I mean, the thought of a train hitting you. So I think that's kind of why I designed actually going down the tunnels. You know, I think
tunnels are always scary in horror films, aren't they? You don't want to go down.
Yeah, actually, in fact, I retract that. It'll have been nicked out of Jacob's Ladder, like everything else was nicked out of a film. Yeah.
Jamie, can you please restart your camera as well?
No.
Whilst the only person who has not had any camera problems is actually Tom. Clona, why was the PC version downgraded? There's no sound reverb, no gradient bars, and no footprints. This was actually, I did not know until me and AJ played Tomb Raider 3 on PS1, where I emulated just to see how it works on stream. And there are like footprints and stuff like that. I was like, I didn't know there are, because I know.
The person who did the PC conversion was lazy.
Who was it?
I'm joking.
He wasn't.
It was Pete.
So it was.
Richard.
Because the PlayStation version was basically like the lowest common denominator. So everything had to work on the PlayStation, and so everything was kind of designed to work on that. And then it was converted to PC essentially.
Yes.
So just things got left out because we'd always be just desperately trying to do stuff. So, basically quite often we finished the PlayStation version like about a day before it went to gold disc. So, there would be things that just wouldn't make it into the PC version. And also there was only one person doing the conversion. So, it was a lot of work fell on them.
It was
Richard Flowers.
Richard Flowers.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was Alex Davis.
No, he did he did the Dreamcast version later on.
That's right. Yes, that's very right.
Jason Gosling. Me and Jamie remember him.
A question from Derman for Tom. Is there anything you programmed for this game that you're particularly proud of? Is there anything that was incredibly frustrating to program?
The boss.
So we'll talk about Sophia. Sophia took us so many iterations, and I mean, in retrospect, it's terrible. But I mean, I don't know at the time. But the other thing, it sounds really rubbish. But at the time, doing things like crocodile. I know it sounds stupid, but it always bugged me. Like crocodiles, because of the way that the hour used to work, you couldn't get crocodiles that went from land to water or from water to land. And things like, so there were lots of limitations like that you might not notice as a player, but it always meant you could, if you were being chased by something, you could basically get to where it couldn't go and then shoot it. So it's like in Tomb 3, I think there's crocodiles in Tomb 3, isn't there?
There are in Pacific Islands. Yeah.
And they could follow you. They could follow you out.
In London, there is actually. What the hell were you smoking, Andy?
Oh yeah, in the sewers. Yeah.
Under the museum.
Well, there's rumours, isn't there, of there's supposed to be a rumour of like wild pigs living in the sewers and things. So, and also I wanted to replicate. It was mirrored in our future design for Shell Shock, where a crocodile fell through the roof.
I think
of the building.
we are done with Old Witch, AJ. Do you want to skip to the next one?
AJ, don't try not to do Lod's Gate. Try and do the
No. Let's gate.
No, that's gonna take too long. Let's just use Sophia.
Okay, fine. Your call.
Oh God, I feel like I need to go and get a whiskey before witnessing this.
Do it, Tom.
Just to calm my nerves.
A little while. I didn't miss that area though. That was I remember that was one of the highlights of my life with the team and
there you
building
go.
that
He's
particular
skipping level.
platform. Not skipping the level. The actual...
Yes, he is now. He's doing the ritual.
Tom didn't say what was his favourite thing to do.
Oh yes.
I would say the monkeys, right? He's very proud of the monkeys, what everyone shoots in the face.
That no one knew about.
Yeah.
This is Lod's Gate.
Is this that cutscene that you like, Pete? There's a Geordie dude in here who's...
Geordie Bob, I think, yeah. I can't remember the particulars. I remember him being under a sewer, but that might have been in Tomb 2, I don't know.
Oh,
no, that was a Geordie dude in that level, yeah, because Vicky actually wrote that character.
Wasn't it Michael off Alan Partridge that did the voice for that?
Oh yeah, maybe.
If anyone watches North Chick videos, Miss Croft, what the fuck do you want? Slut. There's a remix of this dialogue. It's great. Sorry, I interrupted you all.
That's how we originally wrote it, Ash.
There you go.
Oh yeah, oh God, we remember this. Tommy, here we go again.
He's got some original smoky eye going on there, Sophia.
Oh yeah, she looks great. She looks very fabulous. I just want to go back to the Lod's Gate for a little bit. You know those punks? What inspired them, Andy?
It was the gangs that lived. I mean, there was lots of rumours about gangs left people and animals growing up in the sewers. That it's like the alligators in the New York sewer system, where there was kind of a race of primitive men that were supposed to have evolved in the sewers, plague pits and wild pigs, and so all these crazy rumours that I kind of read up on in 14 times. I tried to incorporate into the level design. Sorry, I was just distracted by that. Took me and Tom 16 months to actually get to that particular area that it is at now.
Just when we tried to play it the other day, Andy, we never got past this point.
I'll give Ash the video. It's bloody awful.
I think you uploaded it, no? I shared.
No, I haven't. I didn't. No, I didn't. That's sweet.
Send it our way. We'll publish it.
Yeah.
So again, I think we're just watching it now, 20 years later. Just the level design is like terrible. The idea that you're fighting a boss that you can't see most of the time because you're side on. I mean, you can see her here, but most of the time when you're dodging stuff, the camera's pointing the wrong way to see her shooting at you.
You know what? I don't think we were that bad. I think and I sort of say this because we designed it together. But I think that you can frequently see her and you know which level she's at.
Yeah.
So you kind of know that you've got to keep moving up, which is always a good thing with regards to objectives in level design. Stupid things like sort of crawling through little tunnels here and things.
It just took us. But when we designed this just took us so long to get this right. This boss battle was just days and days. I mean, working till 2 or 3, and then we'd be sat there for so long, and then it would like screw up at some different way or other.
Well, it's very much the case because you had to learn C++, while we were doing that.
The looks of Sophia, some like not Linus saying that she looks like Natla. Was that intentional?
I I knew about Natla, so I don't. We didn't design the actual character model. I think again that was probably Phil. So
I was about to say, watch out, there is electricity.
Yeah.
There you go. Shame on you.
I mean, again,
All right,
if,
we're
it's,
at backslash.
if it was probably just reusing animations or stuff from Natla, probably.
no, I don't think we ever. I think Phil will never reuse animations. Daz probably would. Don't tell him that.
It's possible.
You did not
location are we
save.
Oh dear, AJ, it's very much what me and Tom experienced every single night for about every 5 minutes.
Let's go to Nevada, the compound, just to talk about the AI stuff there with Tom, because of the nice prison man, which was quite interesting.
Oh God!
There you go. He's skipping the level.
I feel like I should have been forewarned of this question that's coming up. I'm slightly worried what it's going to be.
What is the prison man? He sounds a bit saucy.
Yeah, it does.
We'll have a look now. Peter, are you there?
It's like back to Derek Akora. Sounds like a
Yes.
Are you there,
James gone
Peter?
for poo. James gone
Okay.
for poo.
Please don't turn on your camera if you're on a toilet. Are you gonna publish the Tomb Raider 3 boss theme on your YouTube account?
Possibly, yeah. It is or it was on my SoundCloud account, but I'll definitely do some of that soon. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it'll be available. Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're skipping this one to go into Nevada to the high security compound. That's my favorite level actually in
That looks
Tomb Raider
really
3.
cool, actually.
Yeah, no, I remember that I worked on part, and obviously it's Rich's level for the majority, but again we should sort of wait for Rich because I had to do some of this and I can't remember why.
This is how I drive my e-bike, by the way. I fell off the other day and I startled the poor guy who was walking his dog. He's like, "You scared me." I'm like, "I scared myself." I did like whole commando jump, like rolling on the floor just to minimize the impact. I only damaged my knee there.
Did you kill his dog?
No, I would die myself first before I kill a dog. Cats, on the other hand, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
There you go. She's being imprisoned for illegally driving quad bike without number plates.
Jamie, where have you been?
There you go.
I like the way that it's
I went
frozen.
to get a
on
drink of water.
Jamie looks like he's frozen. Like he looks like a board supervisor foreman.
Oh, now we got Tom frozen as well.
It looks like a bored superhero.
I think it's the stream can't handle all the hotness.
I'm looking after the Ark in the
Yeah,
warehouse.
It's amusing you saying that with that image, Jamie, just with you frozen. Just looks like you're sort of ultra cool.
Tap men.
Yeah. Sort of an FBI type, I'm looking after the art guys. Yeah.
So Tom, tell us about the AI programming and I'm just skipping that. Pretending I didn't hear anything. How difficult was this in terms of AI programming with the the good guys and bad guys and stuff like that?
So I think that wasn't too bad because I think I nicked that from Tomb Raider 2. There was a level with
Monastery, yes.
Yeah. So I think having them fight each other was not too bad. I feel like did it start to do some. So I felt like I did started to do some stealth stuff, which was a bit shit, but was still wasn't in there at all in the previous Tomb Raiders. So was there a bit of stealth stuff in Tomb 3?
I think you're supposed to walk up to the guy or crawl in this particular level. I think there is a bit. I'm sure AJ will know more on that. But there is a bit where you're supposed to crawl or walk to a security guard so you don't startle him. I think I could be senile and becoming an old person like Peter.
No.
But pretty sure there is.
AJ's gone quiet.
I feel like there was some in Area 51. There was some sort of stealth stuff, which was. I mean,
no, I've got a vague memory because we used to have to crawl along things and drop. Because I was saying to Ash that I remember I had to do some of this, and I'm sure that it was kind of we had to farm it out a bit. And that would have been the case, wouldn't it? Because Rich was doing the islands, so I think we took half of this each or something. But it was I remember we we weren't too keen on doing this, I don't think. And Rich did quite a clever thing with some of the rooms with the alien spaceship at the end, but obviously it'd be cool if Rich was here to talk about that. But
yeah, we did plan it until unfortunately he had to.
Yeah, I think there is some stealth.
I'm pretty sure there is in this particular level.
So I seem to remember that I think previously, like, enemies just always knew where Lara was. But I think in this area, basically, if you were stood far enough away and you were not in their line of sight, they didn't know you were there. So
it was the first time I remember you introducing the line of sight. I had no idea about line of sight, which now obviously is a hugely common game design term. But you were going, oh right, they've got to be in the line of. You put a red, you put the oh god, what do you call it again? The actual line of sight beam that comes out of the head. You used to turn that on, didn't you, when we were debugging?
Yeah. All right. So you could see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you could actually tell whether they would be able to see you or not.
Yeah.
And it was kind of very crude compared to what you'd expect in a proper stealth game, but I think it was it was still adding a little bit more to what was there already.
Tom, will you know about cheat codes in this game?
I mean, I remember that there were some, but I can't remember any off the top of my head. I mean,
in the PC version, Lara is doing like physical moves, so she walks forward, backward, duck, rotates around, and then whether you jump backwards, that will give you lots of weapons and ammunition and that kind of stuff. If you jump forwards, it skips level. It's similar in previous game as well. But on PlayStation, you have to press combination of keys. Would you know why?
Why it was different between the PC?
Yeah.
No, I think it was probably just easier to do with the combination of keys on the joypad.
We knew it off by heart, didn't we? We used to just flick it into, when we were testing.
Because that's the other thing. It's always difficult to remember is that just because of course we were still not on analog pads, were we? On this was still just digital D-pad on the PlayStation.
Oh, it's probably been a nightmare to play on analog pad. This. Did
you say that one of the cameras had frozen, Ash?
Everyone's except for Jamie. Jamie is all right, but Tom is frozen and Andy is frozen. And the reason why we still see Jamie is because you guys are frozen, and he is the last person to speak with unfrozen camera.
Oh shit! I was for a moment.
There you go. I think you're coming back to us, Tom. No.
I did turn it off and on again, but I'll try again.
Yeah. There you go. Andy's back. Tom, your mic. Oh my god, Tom, your mic.
That's a nice sound. Can somebody record it, please?
That was Tom's mic. Sorry, Tom, I muted you just now.
That was the Freemasons.
It was revenge.
Everyone's now uploaded.
I need to get Tom back into the stream somehow.
Now this is really nice. This level, and this is Rich.
Somehow. There we go. Tom is back.
Yeah, the lighting's nice here.
Well, no, you know that you got the double wall, transparent wall there, haven't you? I can't remember whether that actually was just an object or whether.
There you go. Tom is back.
Transparency.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a separate object. That I think.
But the wall.
Oh, here, yeah.
Keyboard.
Sorry.
No, yeah, that's the text, yeah.
Yeah, so it's transparent texture between the rooms, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite clever, that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry, Tom, your microphone is doing the static again.
Stupid, Tom.
There we go. Good.
It was a good plan. It was a good plan, though. I should like getting rid of Tom like that.
No, he's here. He's still here. He hears us. I muted him for a bit before, but now he's back. Right, let's play the manor because I don't want to play too much of Nevada City because
we want to get rich on this, don't we? Yeah.
Let's play the manor, AJ, and this will be the last level for today, unless you guys want to play Lord's Gates, because we do have.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even remember that level.
Oh, it's that level by that weird Scottish person.
That was Play All Hallows. Actually, All Hallows.
Oh yeah, All Hallows. That's the one.
No, let's wait until next time, Ash, because I'm in the middle of moving house, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to be shouted at by my wife.
Okay, so this is the Lara's Manor. It's an expanded version from Tomb Raider 2. Would any of you were involved in making this? I know Rich did a lot of this, but
we all had a part in making this. So I think we all did textures and built various bits of it. I think Jeremy, did you do the quad bike track, or was it Rich? Everybody's gone.
No, I think that was Rich as well. Yeah, I don't think I did anything in the manor house.
Tommy,
Tommy, did you make the butler of lockable in the freezer in 2 and 3? Tom, you're muted.
Tom,
we can't hear you.
Tom, unmute yourself. So you can get the devil.
Oh, the mic.
Oh, no. Your mic's gone mental, Tom.
Yeah.
Maybe exit the call and
join again. Yeah, just hang up on us and call back.
It's his beard. It's rubbed against the material.
That's how it sounds like.
Hey, he's the little old fella.
Get him in. That nice work, AJ. Get him in that freezer.
Ooh.
That was Nathan.
Vito, keyboard.
Nathan did the.
No, sorry.
Stop typing. Get off your OnlyFans account.
I keep muting, then unmuting, then I forget that I've unmuted. So.
But yeah, I can remember the manor house looking way better in this one from the previous.
Yeah, Ted Anderson was actually saying it's the best manor. I do agree. I love it. I spent so many hours just playing this one. Speaking of, have you guys, any of you, Tom has left us. I think he's trying to fix out.
He's back.
There he is.
Is my mic okay now?
Perfect.
Yeah, cool,
Great.
Yes.
Let's go back to the question about the butler and AI. Were you programming the butler in here, and how difficult was it to make it? Look at that cheat code.
Hello.
Oh, nice work.
Nice corner bug there.
We did that deliberately, by the way, AJ.
Bullshit.
I can't remember. So I think I did make him lockable but I think he was just anywhere. I think he just followed you. Did I do that? I can't remember. I remember doing the thing with where he holds the tray up, but I think that was in Tomb Raider 4, wasn't it? Where he holds up the tea tray while you shoot him.
No, it's in here. He's not in Tomb Raider 4 at all. It's in here.
All right, you know.
Okay, so I did that because it annoyed. I think it was annoying that you could just shoot. So I wanted to find a way to explain the fact that you could repeatedly shoot your guns at him without him dying.
I survived somehow.
I'd like to see the quad bike track again. We haven't seen that for years.
He just cheated because you're supposed to get the keys to get there. Like
exactly. Yeah, this is the yeah, exactly. Oh, sneaky.
It took me so long to get there when I first played it. That's one thing I wanted to ask you guys about the. Someone asked again. Sorry about that. Whoever asked this question, I just completely forgot your name. Have you guys played Phil Chapman's version of this, The Lost Artifact, which is an add-on for Tomb Raider 3? And if you have, what is your opinion on it? Because I love it.
Phil's made an add-on called The Lost Artifact.
Yes, it was published by. Was it Phil Chapman? Oh, Campbell. Sorry, Phil Campbell.
I was going to say it wouldn't have been. I was going to say.
Yeah, it was Phil Campbell. Sorry.
Was that the American? Was that an American guy from IDOS? Yeah.
Correct. Have you played it?
No, we used to have I hate to say it, we used to have disdain for anybody that wasn't part of the core Tomb Raider team, but which is a shame. But
I remember him visiting him. Him visiting at the studio.
Right.
And he seemed like a nice. I mean, the trouble was always just that whenever we got visitors, it was normally when it was like September, October, where we were just
massive crunch time.
Yeah.
We had Rona Mitra, didn't we? Dressed in the full Tomb Raider gear, pottering around the room. We were all heads down, like hello, and they're just getting on with like no, you're not trying to finish.
Oh shit! Hang on, I've got a photo. Let me see if I can find that. It might be behind me somewhere. Shit.
Look at that perfect camera freeze from Andy. I'm gonna use that for my thumbnail.
Perfect academic shot.
Who did the unfinished business?
I think it's also him.
It's him, right?
Yeah, and
but he was he not an Irish?
Well.
Is that an Irish guy?
That was Phil. Wasn't that Phil? Maybe that was Phil.
Tom's got something secret in his pouch.
He did the unfinished business like pack for Tomb Raider 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Okay, so he did 3 as well.
All three were made by the same team. It wasn't just him though. There was like a couple of people doing it, but
okay.
There was
I think for
was a Vegas level, wasn't there?
Yeah,
that's in Tomb Raider 2. Right? No, that's 2. That's the Golden Mask. Golden Mask.
I can remember
everyone.
the Vegas level initially had like so many pictures of Elvis Presley like all over the place. It's like, you can't use Elvis Presley.
So can I? Have I frozen
us.
again? Have I
No,
frozen?
you are frozen. But yeah, you are frozen. Can you just restart yourself again, the camera wise?
I will.
No, we just thought it was mental. Like you can't like use images of Elvis Presley. It's like
there you go. You're unfrozen now for me.
It's like using Coca-Cola or something.
I'm frozen as far as I can see. Can you see?
It's because there you go.
Oh, I can see. Oh, yeah.
We got called in to do this photo shoot.
Yes.
I've still got that magazine. Yeah.
I've got, and this was literally like the day we were meant to be doing a demo for official PlayStation magazine. So we'd been in the studio for like 48 hours solid, and then it was suddenly, we'll drive you to Nottingham, and you've all got to put tuxedos on. And
I think it was two issues later that the magazine folded, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
I was actually very confused by that photo when I first seen it because I did not know who developers were, and I was like, "Why is this random man with her?" Like, I was a child back then, so I was very confused.
That's what I mean, though. But it's like that's basically the full team, other than the FMV team. That's the full team for Tomb Raider. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, that is the full team. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that photo with what was it, about eight,
minus
10?
Judy, no Judy in there. So she was also.
Well, no, Judy.
No, yeah. Minus, like
was
voice acting.
Nathan in that photo too?
I don't think he was actually.
Oh, there you go. Minus Nathan.
But Pete, you know that we'd never count sound because I'm joking.
Sound is inaudible.
Yeah, so that was all of the programmers, and it's all of the programmers and all of the level designers.
We just look like a bunch of grey murderers.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yes. Who did they call Doctor Death?
Phil Chapman, he looks way suave.
Doctor Death. Yeah. They called
we look like we've kidnapped a child who's Jamie.
And forced me into a tuxedo
for a strange photo shoot.
Make me wear things.
Oh god, the other thing I remember about that bloody photo shoot was Adrian driving to Nottingham, and Adrian was like a binary driver. Basically, his foot was either fully on the accelerator, or fully on the brake. That was the only way he could drive. So you'd be like driving about 120 miles an hour, about 3 feet from the car in front.
Yeah, I think I got a lift with him on that day as well.
That's terrifying.
AJ's doing it. I've never even seen these parts of this building, so well done, AJ. Amazing.
This is how you get the key to get into the quad bike section, which he needed to get into before.
Yeah, I can remember this.
Sorry, yeah, Jamie.
I can remember this. I can remember some of these parts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite memorable.
Nice.
This. I remember when the first time I actually get there, I was like, "Oh my god, there's like secret stuff."
Quite a lot of it, by the look of things.
Yeah, hidden the key in there just because. There is a question from Rachel Murray. What's the early Rachel Murray? Sorry, she won't murder me. She's like my great friend from misspelling her name. Was the early manor actually based on Hatfield House, or was it somewhere else? Now, as far as I know, it was just a collection of various houses by Heather.
Yeah. And Toby, but Toby did a render of just a kind of general stately home. But I did go to Croft Me and the wife stumbled across. It's a National Trust property called Croft House, Croft Manor, and it actually strangely looks like the front of the manor house in Tomb Raider. And me and Tracy were like, this is quite weird because it looks like the Croft Manor. So yeah, there is a manor house called Croft Manor, Croft House. Which looks like the front of it. So I don't know whether Toby had chanced upon that but it was Toby that did the initial render of the manor house, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting. There's also people talking about Nathan's fart noises. Matt Iverson also did some fart noises in there, just so you guys know. Who loves drawing penises on fucking everything. Seriously, Jesus Christ. Like, I have the Angel of Darkness score here that Peter gave me, and there's a picture of a Santa with 2 dicks out of him.
What else did you find? What else did you find in them?
Oh, and I also found fucking porn magazines from Peter in there. Thank you very much. That traumatized the shit out of my game.
Wonder where them bastards went.
Oh, seriously, Jesus Christ! I was like, this folder is a bit thick.
You need to. Andy is a master of the 2-second cock drawing.
I did actually manage to draw a cock on somebody's knee in a meeting when it was a really boring meeting, and before Richard McCloughy, before he managed to move, I managed to draw a cock on his knee with a biro.
I heard you in the master of the 2-second cock, but I didn't realise.
God, can you remember the newspaper incidents, man? Every time you went to read the newspaper in the kitchen, every page just cover of somebody holding a dick or something.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Steve Pritchard actually had to call a general meeting when he was manager of Rebellion Derby, whatever it's called. That he had to call a meeting to complain that the fire safety poster had been defaced with a massive phallic symbol, and it was actually a general meeting. It was similar to the one where Jez called.
What, a general meeting?
I can remember that.
Meeting, yeah. It was similar to the one where Jez called us in for the feces on the towel incident.
I do remember when Rebellion took us over, and they owned 2000 AD, so there was a free copy of 2000 AD in the cafe staff area that was just regularly defaced every single week with cocks on every story.
Exactly.
Who was it doing that? Like, was it just all of you? Like,
it was
Yeah, there's a few of us.
Christian, I think, was quite prolific in the cock.
No, whenever you went for a cup of coffee, everybody just drew a cock on it.
Yeah. Some were way better than others. Yeah, Christian's
so
was
much
always
sure
really
of you
well
all,
drawn.
you guys.
Well, you know, when you're working on Rogue Warrior, what you got to do?
Oh my God, yes, that's the next game we're gonna play, all of you.
Oh God,
Rogue Warrior.
I'm out. I'm out.
There's Mickey Rourke in it. There's Mickey Rourke in it. Come on, it's not that bad.
That's why the game was made, Ash. They actually had the Mickey Rourke sound recordings of Mickey Rourke saying, "Suck my balls."
Fuck you commie bastards.
Yeah, so they had those sound recordings from Mickey Rourke. The wrestler became quite a popular film, and so they tried to finance and budget a game around the sound recordings, which is what that game was. Rogue Warrior was financed entirely around Mickey Rourke's sound recordings. Unbelievable.
There's also like a lot of like melee kills, like stealth kills in there. Like someone actually commented, Cheaper and Ironica did a stream of that, and like it seems like the entire game dev just was revolving about melee kills or stealth kills, was like knife and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it was due in 8 months, so basically we had to cut out all the features apart from stabbing people in the back of the head with a big knife. Yeah. That was the only feature that we had time to actually implement. It was without a shadow of a doubt the worst game ever made by humans.
There's a question for all of you, and this is good. Peter, join in, and please, whilst I'm asking the question, could Jamie, Andy, and Peter restart their cameras, please? So everyone except for Tom. This is a question from Terenate. It's very awesome to see how passionate you still are about Tomb Raider. What would you love to see in a modern Tomb Raider game, and how would you get Tomb Raider back on track?
Blimey.
Level
Go on, Jamie, you're going to be first.
Oh, I don't know. I need to ponder.
Well, I mean, it's not getting it back on track. I think it's kind of like
it is back on track.
And Jamie might shout at me for saying this, but it's like with the current Assassin's Creed games, they've basically completely diverted all the main gameplay pillars away from what the original Assassin's Creeds were. So the original Assassin's Creeds were kind of verticality, limited kind of combat, narrative heavy, and now it's RPG systems. So I think with Tomb Raider, it's now turned into a kind of, in effect, it's almost a survival game. And it was entirely a traversal game, so it would be very much a case of designing a traversal game again, where you've got very careful traversal in a mysterious environment, not to do with a kind of murderous bunch of hillbillies trying to, it's to do with traversal in a kind of hyper real environment. I think is how we do it.
That's exactly where I get it from as well. It's everything tries to be too realistic these days. They're focused on the graphics, how things look. Whereas I think before it was possible to make things photorealistic, there was a kind of an element of getting away from the real world, which made
Sorry,
the game
1
more
second.
immersive.
What is this random texture in here? Does anyone know?
Jump down it and find out.
No? Okay. Sorry, Peter, carry on.
So I'm just saying, basically, I think games are heading more towards a kind of like, like Assassin's Creed and other stuff in this. I know we're saying Assassin's Creed. Sorry, Jamie. I know I've worked on Assassin's Creed too, but
I actually prefer
I think
the modern
we're trying to get
ones
hyper
than
realism.
old Assassin's Creed games. That's my favorite. Just making Jamie feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I think there's just I think everything's trying to be hyper realistic. It's all focused on the graphics and how real you can make it look. Whereas I think previously it was all about.
Look what I found. What's it talking
what was
about?
that?
That's
the dick.
Santa with 2 dicks from Martin Iverson.
Santa dick.
Oh God, we've got to find that postcard, haven't we?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Go
I
on,
think you're
go
right.
on,
Yeah, I think it would be. I think some of the newer versions of moved away from that sense of adventure a bit. It is like you're saying, maybe a bit too realistic, or like that's kind of survival kind of vibe, in the gameplay, where there's not too many tombs you raid.
Well done.
Which is
well done.
Nice. That's one of the best things about Tomb Raider, is killing Lara in interesting ways. But I think to have a more of like a mysterious like adventure setting with kind of those classic like traps and puzzles and like that kind of setting.
I think it's really lost. I think one of the things from the early Tomb Raiders, certainly, because I played the first 2 as a player, and just remembering things like St. Francis Folly and that real sense of wonder that you got from early Tomb Raiders, and I think hopefully did survive in the ones that we did as well. And I think that's as Andy said, when you're just running around shooting people in the face, it just doesn't really have that sense of wonder that you get from exploration of a kind of a real interesting, mysterious environment, and just feeling like you're in a sort of a special environment.
As a gamer, I would say there is no sense of adventure in there. There's more sense of this focusing on Lara's character. I'm not gonna have a rant, so I'm just gonna shut up now and we're gonna carry on with the questions because there's one.
Can I just say though, Ash, that it was to do with it was the the fact that we were all hugely passionate about the subject matter as well, as in from the start Toby was passionate about the kind of hyper real mysteries of the universe, and we were all really interested in I wouldn't say paranormal, but we all wanted to create weird environments and mysteries and kind of the adventuring spirit, and we were all hugely enthusiastic and researched a lot on these things, got a lot of weird books, and kind of built this into the games, and I think that that also the enthusiasm for that, for instance the latest Uncharted game, a fantastic, beautiful, huge production, but again they're trying to move it more towards realism, and I think everybody kind of is saying that sometimes you do need escapism.
Absolutely.
I would agree, definitely.
Absolutely. And whilst you all were hating on Assassin's Creed, can I just say that the latest Assassin's Creed is actually much better than the first one, in my humble opinion.
No, I love Assassin's Creed.
I do love Assassin's Creed.
It's my favourite series of games.
Odyssey is amazing, and also so is the Egyptian one. Jesus Christ, how is it called? Origins.
And I'm looking forward to being a Viking as well in a month's time. Yes.
How do you feel about Lara being a pretty much different character with the same name in the modern games? I know how I feel, and I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna be banned on fucking Twitch.
Well, I think, you know, I was like in between games, you know, I was working at other companies, and I had a feeling they were going to reboot in a kind of survival type. I could see it as a kind of Deliverance type game where, you know, it was the only way they could go, really. You know, they had to do the survival mechanics, so I could see that coming, but it removes. Again, you've got to have humour in games, I think, in a lot of ways to make it more playable, and also it makes it slightly less stressful for the player. The current games are dark and unpleasant, and they're not. It's not that they're not amazing games, but these all add an element of humour, which I think is somehow missing from the current games.
Absolutely, her character with the barking mad line is the best. To be fair, I actually love that line so much. I don't know why you were so embarrassed by it.
Yeah, I think in the new games, like the tunes are, I think for the most part, actually optional, which
they are.
I find a bit odd. I know for some things in the new games that it's like kind of that reboot of Lara, and she's not quite the Tomb Raider yet. You know, she's like. They're building up that she becomes that. Maybe I haven't played the latest one, so I don't know if they've
the
got
latest
there yet,
one is more or less a bit better.
She's finding herself, and you know, like all of this kind of stuff. She's a bit more like a person in this kind of impossible situation who needs to like survive and stuff like that, and she's not necessarily equipped to do that. So that some of that aspect I quite liked. But I think that for the other games, that was still kind of the case where you almost wanted this, like, that was cool for the first one, you know, of the newer ones, and then you wanted her to find, like, now she has become the Tomb Raider, you know, and now she is doing those Tomb Raider things, like this mystery adventure, and rather than it kind of repeated a little bit too much of. You know, like the sequel was too similar in that, dark survival aspect. It's like, okay, that's for in a different setting, but in the same situation, kind of thing.
You wouldn't get a farting butler in the Tomb Raider reboots.
I want all of you to comment on this. Thank you, Peter, for finding that.
I don't know who's written that.
It's definitely you, isn't it, Andy?
It's not me. It's not me.
Andy, we have to know it is you.
This is the end of every single live stream or any form of podcast ends with this.
We will get to the
postcard.
So this is the postcard you guys received at 55 Ashburn Road. Why don't you cunts give Lara a rest? Tomb Raider 4 is cluttered, repetitive, tedious, monotonous, and just plain crap. You peaked with the first game. You are fucking jerks. 2 and 3 were fucking crap. No more Lara. Rewrite the first game, you smug yuppie cunts. Shove Tomb Raider 4 up your ass.
Yeah, that's the best bit.
That's the best bit.
I love the bit at the bottom as well. What's it say at the bottom?
No Dreamcast PS2 Tomb Raider.
It's obviously some really passionate person.
It's very passionate.
I think the bit at the end with the rewrite the first game, but it's like, well, that's what Tomb Raider 2 was, kind of, you know.
Can I ask something?
Like, what's it about?
Andy Sandon, will you please read that postcard out? Because
I can't do it. I'm academic now. I can't use
D22-3FS.
Why don't you cease give Lara a rest? TR5 as a cluttered, repetitive, tedious, monotonous, and just plain crap. You beat the first game, you flipping jerks. 2 and 3 were flipping crap. No more Lara. Rewrite the first game, you smug, yuppie C-words. Shove TR5 up your arses.
You sound like that woman from Disgusting.
Sound like Willard.
It was like a nice. It was like a nice.
Is it Tomb Raider 4? Is it Tomb 4? Yeah, it's Tomb 4, not Tomb Raider 5.
Tomb 4, yeah, not 5. Yes, it was pre-5. Yeah, this one was sent to Ashbourne Road. 5 was done at Pride Park, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 was definitely the most cheerful Tomb Raider experience of all.
And Tomb Raider 4 as well. Tomb Raider 4 was Pride Park, or half of it was Pride Park.
Someone said Toby God sent it to someone. How much?
It's on an X-Wing Alliance postcard as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah. How much of the same path Crystal took would have Core taken if you were kept with the franchise? That was from Taranata. Just keep it on this menu title, AJ. Yeah.
What was the question?
How much of the same path as Crystal would you guys taken if you kept the franchise? My God, I can't English today.
I think Tom knows the answer to that one.
Yeah, Tom, go on.
Do I?
No, I mean that seriously, as in because you were effectively you were rebooting the first game, weren't you?
What, when we looked at doing the Tomb Raider anniversary?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's well, obviously it's a sore point that we had plans and had a very complete design for the Tomb Raider anniversary game, and I think it's kind of fairly well known that we feel that was we were not allowed to do that because of Crystal, but
yeah, so to save you from libel, Tom, as I can see you get stressed. But the Troy said an interesting thing. You know, when we had a little stage thing down in Derby, as in it was to do with Tomb Raider, not just a stage thing. And basically, Troy kind of got really angry because he was just saying, you know, we do let a lot of things just slip out of our grasp. Because, you know, Tomb Raider was very much a kind of British. We were great at making games, you know, and we still are hugely creative. And it's kind of we've let our industry slip away a bit, and we just let it go to America, and you know, and we've kind of let other people reshape Lara when you know it was us on you know Ashbourne Road that actually originally shaped Lara, and we just let it go, and you know we need to kind of try to fight for things that we've created and built. Is kind of the what Troy was saying, and you know, and I do agree. And it's just you know we've put so much effort into creating Tomb Raider, and certainly Toby did, and then we just let it slip away, really.
Yeah.
We are just about to end the stream, so guys, please, your wishes and stuff like that in the chat, please. We'll carry on talking, but I mean, we will. It's
well, you know what? I didn't get to say anything last time before we ended, so I just want to say thank you guys for making these freaking games. They are amazing. 20 years later, almost 25 years later, we're still playing. Love the level editor. Keep them coming. Love them.
Thanks, Brett. Thank you, man.
Thank you, and thank you for
thank you very much.
The pain playing the game.
Yeah.
This is the question I have actually.
You guys were the childhood for all of us.
I'll come back to that in a second, but I just wanted to ask you guys, how old are you guys on this? Andy hasn't changed at all. He still looks like an old man on that one. But you guys, how old are you?
I think I was 18 or 19 there.
My 18. God, 18 with an N.
I was already old. I was I 30? I think I was.
Jesus Christ.
30 something there, wasn't I?
I think I was 25, 26 when I first started core design.
So you were 25.
You were about 40, 45.
Shit. Hang on a minute. I don't know. No, okay, maybe, yeah, I was.
Let me close the frozen camera.
Was professor when he joined.
Tom looks really young on that as well, actually.
I know.
Like, I thought they were like this. You and Jamie were the same age. I know Peter was about 20-something. Andy's old.
Fuck you, Tom.
No, I was already really old there. I think I was about 34, something like that.
Stop saying you're really old if we still look the same age. That doesn't look good for me.
Well, maybe you look old, Jamie. I don't know.
I was when that photo was taken, I was 42, and now I'm 70.
You liar. You're 80.
AJ got a marriage proposal here by that Norse chick. She wants AJ to marry her.
Who's that?
That Norse chick.
Only if you give me another Janice song.
Yes, Janice. Je m'appelle Jenny.
Jenny.
Martin
Speaking
Iveson
of,
gets a little plug on this picture as well. It's got an at Jazz picture on the.
What is it?
Oh, where's that?
which
Just
one?
what's stuck on the PC in the corner? There's like those two little fellas.
Oh yeah, Mantis in it. Or
Yeah, it's at Jazz. It's his
Is that
first
yours
first
on
album.
your picture?
Yeah,
South
there's
Park.
like-
Yes, that's something. It's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, Martin Iveson's first album.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
oh,
his.
yeah.
That's his. Like pseudonym now, or whatever. How do you say that thing? Nickname on.
Pseudonym.
Yeah,
on-
his artist
Yeah.
name. Yeah, Jazz.
yeah,
What's
and
that above? What's that picture above my head? Is that like a tube? Is that a tube train or something?
It does look like a.
Bring it
tube
down,
map.
zoom in.
I'm trying
It's-
to. One
It's your
second.
inspiration for your.
That's London. That's London Underground. That looks like.
Right.
you.
Yeah.
The
well,
Oh no no no!
that's-
Just London. Just London. Just
Yeah,
London,
like just
I
London.
think.
Yeah. What's to the
I'm-
right of that?
I'm surprised
It's
you didn't
not.
make
It's
that
not.
river
It's
into
not the
a-
menu for the local takeaway, is it?
I'm gonna have Chinese tonight.
Oh
I
god.
don't know what that is.
Dear. I don't know either. It looks like It looks like a possible tube train, rail line or something. But anyway, who knows?
I'm just disappointed that you didn't make the river on the map a dick. It's very dick shaped.
Probably is, you know.
God,
What's
I've just-
Peter
you know what,
Hudson is?
We're gonna have to drop out of this call, aren't we? Otherwise, it's gonna be
Oh,
unpublishable.
it's
but
fine. I'm already banned on YouTube. It's fine. I was not streaming actually for the past 3 hours. You were just talking to me here.
I've just remembered
that's good.
seeing
That's
that photo. I used to have to hide. So you can see the PlayStation there between the two monitors, just the PlayStation
oh,
One.
yeah.
Now in the back of that was stuck our dodgy fake dev kits that we weren't allowed to. So basically, when we had visitors from Sony,
Yes.
I had to pile books on top of my PlayStation,
Oh.
so they couldn't see the back of my.
What was
yeah.
it? Is Ezra, right?
Yeah. So basically, I had to-
Easy, right? The blue ones, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not the blue PlayStation. It was like the Ezra little card thing what Dell had made.
yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Bloody
Look
hell.
what he's playing at. He's playing the London level.
No,
Yeah.
that's Tomb Raider 4, you liar.
It's Tomb Raider 4.
Because
playing
this is
Tomb Raider
actually
5
from
or-
1990.
or-
That, in fact, that
Nine.
might be my little test level I made when I was sorting out the skeletons jumping. I think that was my own little
Yes, it's your little AI level.
my
yeah.
little AI level.
That-
Do you still have that?
I used that level, Tom, when I was doing the enemies. You just
Does
you
anyone
would
still
drop
have that
different enemies in
level?
and-
Does anyone, just a serious question, does anyone still have that level? Tom?
Send the bin.
Oh God, I don't think so. I don't
It's
Have a
think.
probably
look,
on the.
please.
It might be on the DAT tape or whatever, a server backup somewhere. What was given
I've
to
got all
Rebecca.
the EZ stuff from the original Tomb Raider that we worked on, so it's possible that it might be in one of them folders.
It's not in there.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
not been
know.
checked.
I had a
Okay.
peek.
Have you got a picture of Matt Damon to hold up against Tom's face when he was young? As
Oh my god!
Matt Damon.
I can't unsee that now.
Bourne.
Can I just say something? The studios I had in 1998 were well more equipped from a kind of acoustical point of view than any other company I've worked in since.
Cool.
It's quite berserk back in the day. Like the kind of money that was being invested, well, just kind of spent at core design. You know, you literally. I remember just saying to Adrian, you know, oh, this new keyboard's come out. He'd give us his credit card. I would just order it, and then he'd say to Martin, "Do you want one too?" And then Martin would just buy one. You know, it was, you know.
I know.
Nowadays,
I know.
you have to like.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
It's 'cause
you have to kind
it's
of
'cause
put
they
through all
trusted
sorts
us.
of channels to get the money to get shit that you want. You know, but back
They-
then it was like, yeah, we'll just get it.
It's because they trusted you. You know, they knew that they'd hired you and they trusted you, so they gave you the job. So it was like, well, if you need something, we'll pay for it. And you know, so yeah, cool. Right, guys, I'm going to drop out of this because I've got to go and do.
1 second before you go,
Oh,
Andy.
God.
A little lifesaver. It was an unforgettable part of my childhood. Thank you so much. Kaleido Star. Tomb Raider 3 is my first Tomb Raider level I played, and you guys, I'm grateful that you made this and made a part of my early teens memories. Tomb Raider Romania. 5 years old me would have never thought I'd be sitting and chatting with the creators of my favorite game and childhood hero. Thank you all the creators for all your hard work. And on my side here, because this is my fucking stream and I'm allowed to say, you guys literally saved my life with this game, with the Tomb Raider 5 particularly, because I was actually playing them during my teenage years when I was completely suicidal. I actually had an attempt, but my friend who I'm mad because of Tomb Raider. She talked me out of it by talking to me on MSN till 6 o'clock in the morning. So if not these games, I would actually be dead and not here. So you guys taught me these games taught me English language as well. I learned English so I could understand what she actually says in the game. So from all of us Tomb Raider fans, thank you all so much for making an unforgettable childhood and teenage years. I'm still a child. So, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you.
Thank you for hosting this, Ash. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And,
thanks for playing.
And I know Angie has to go, but everyone else, please stay in the stream. We have to give away a couple of things.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right, see you soon, guys.
See you soon, Andy. Take care.
Thank you for joining, Andy.
Thank you. Cheers, bye.
Rachel Murray says, I can't express my gratitude to you guys. She says Lara saved her too. Sorry, I'm skipping a lot of stuff. My lens are fucked up. I can't read half of the chat. So we have a couple of things to give away here.
Yeah, Rich Marie, did she really kind of like
she's a cosplayer.
What she said, like Jeep Thrills? That's what I need to ask. She'll understand what I mean.
Okay, fine. Okay, so do you guys remember any of the questions that were particularly memorable for you during the stream, so we can give them a couple of things? Tom?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
Think about it. Let me have a think about it. Ask someone else.
Okay, Jamie?
I can't remember now. Oh my God.
Peter?
What was the question? Sorry, I missed.
Is there any particular messages or questions that I read out today that were memorable for you, so I could give away stuff to those people?
Do you know what it is? I know 100 songs, right? But as soon as I put on the spot, I know none.
Terrible person. Right. Well, that will keep up to me then. I will just select random person here. Actually, you know what? I will let Terenity choose because she was fucking moderating this whole clusterfuck. And AJ as well. If AJ remembers any questions, please tell me. And I'll give
I like the question when they brought up about the cut knife because I do remember that actually being somebody actually extracted that from the game files. It was in there.
Right. Okay. What do you want to give to that person?
Let's do the Tomb Raider files for that one.
Tomb Raider files. Terenity, please find out who did that question, and we will. And whoever asked that question, please send me an email at ash@tombofash.com, and I will organize the postage for you here. Terenity will comment.
I liked the question about the tips when there was a question about like tips on level design. That was an interesting one.
Tips on level design. Okay, so we will give away this thing for them. Well, I kind of ran out of prizes, but I do want Terenity to give away something. So let me see what I have to give away, share away. You know what? Fuck it. I feel generous. So I have something here. Terenity, find the question you really like and paste it in the chat for me, please. Or Facebook or whatever. And we're gonna give them I think this is more suitable. This poster, Tomb Raider 3, Lara Croft. I only have one of them. This is me tearing up my heart here, giving away stuff.
Nice.
So, Terenity, can you please paste me in the Facebook a question that you would like for them to receive? This is me. This is actually, I think Murty gave me that, but I will give it away just because, I'm nice and stuff like that. Right. You guys, I now allow you to leave, but we will continue chatting with fans, unless you guys want to keep chatting. I mean,
just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat window. We kind of keep an eye on it, and we really appreciate everyone's comments and everything. It's really nice to see people still enjoying it so much, and it's really humbling to see all those comments from everyone. So thank you.
Likewise, I echo that.
Yes, thank you. Thanks to the community. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and cheers. Thanks to you, Ash, and also nice to speak to you again after 15-20 years, Jamie.
Yes.
So. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's strange. It is because we're talking to each other here, and I keep forgetting that it's been a long time that we've seen each other. It just feels like it was yesterday. So yeah, it hits you afterwards. Like it's been a long time since we were actually all in the same room. Yeah.
Right.
And thanks AJ for playing.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks AJ. Yeah.
Thanks again, everyone.
Cheers. All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye.
Right. So this is them left. So I'm just gonna skip to the one where you can just see me. Ooh.
Okay, can I stop streaming this now, Ash?
Yes, you can. Yes, thank you for commenting on my nice jammy bottoms, but also I have a nice bottom as well, just so you know. That blood sugar. Terence is still choosing a question, so as soon as she chooses, I will give away the poster. This is literally what we're waiting for now on Terence to choose where we will get that amazing poster. Oh, thank you all so much for so many questions and so many messages here. Jesus Christ, I was not expecting so many of you to show up. How difficult was it? How stressful was it for you, AJ, to see the shame? Thank you.
You know, I think I got it. I got all the, I guess, butterflies out before we started streaming. I did a lot of practice, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I die, I don't care.
Yeah, it's that was fucking. You know, I have everything went down. Actually, my PC is on for some reason on 100% load. I don't know why. I have 14 core i9, and literally everything went to shit as I hit stream. So any issues we have is on my part. I'm very sorry. I should have restarted PC. I don't know why is it doing that. But Jesus Christ, it was very stressful. I hit broadcast. Terenati wants to join the call so she can announce the winner. I will invite her to the call now in the Skype. If I can fucking figure out how to do it. I'm half blind right now because of the fucking lens. There you go. Add. Terenati, please get into Skype and I'll add you in. This was fucking stressful. There you go. There we go. Add to call. There we go. She should join any minute now.
I didn't realize that I'm watching.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay. So
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So I am feeling like I'm in Eurovision. So there.
So 12 votes from Croatia go to.
Wait, hold on. I can hear myself. Hold on.
We're holding. I'm so confused.
Sorry, hold on. Because I can hear myself and this fucking sucks and I don't have it. I'm joking. I'm trying to find those other winners.
Pardon?
Let's see.
We have done Angel of Darkness. We have done Angel of Darkness. Please check my YouTube channel, Tumbo5. Like you're actually watching it on YouTube. Have a look. We did make Angel of Darkness, but we will do more of it later on. I will speak to the guys when they're available.
So I am torn between two people. That's my issue because these two people
Just select
really are.
Just select one.
Okay, give me a few more seconds.
I can't be giving away my Chronicles poster. It's just not gonna happen. Sorry.
Okay, just a sec. Just a sec. Oh, this is really like on edge.
Is difficult.
You know what? Frick it. This Derman. Hold on, I'm gonna paste it. He or she asked really cool questions. So I think
he's still with us. I can see that he just chat recently in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's still with
us. Let's see. Yeah, so I need to see who actually wrote that really cool question about level design and teaching, you know.
Oh, that was I forgot the name now. I hope he's still watching.
Yeah, okay.
You just promised it to Derman though, you horrible
Yes,
person.
I did. So you are the winner. Congrats! Yay!
Okay, and the person who said about level design, I know who you mean, but I can't remember the name. So Derman, you're winning this, but because she said she wants to give it to someone else, I will give to that person a. You know what? I can't give away Chronicles because this is my first Tomb Raider game, but I will give you the Dark Angel Symphony, the poster and the CD. So if they're still watching, they will receive that. So please, all the winners. So we want to remind that it's Derman. Then the person who asked about level design, God, I forgot the name. It's on my fucking head, but I can't remember the name. Then there was Quest one. AJ, can you remind me?
Yes, yeah, I'll remind you. Yeah.
Okay, and I will just ask those winners to send me an email to this email address that you will see in the chat. So you will send me an email with your address, which includes your email. Well, you'll be sending email anyway, but your phone number as well. This is important for courier. Unless you're from UK, then it doesn't matter. And I will send it to you as soon as I can. Probably in November though, because I need to get some money done. Because I am fucking poor right now. That being said,
By the way, just let me say something, because what I'm seeing here is that the person who asked the knife question. Do you have that person? Because I think I do.
No, I don't know who it was.
Yeah, it's Przemysław Coach. Yeah, I can't do Polish names.
Przemysław, first of all, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Right. Well, if any one of you feels like they're excited for Peter Connolly's album, please sign up here again. And if any of you are feeling particularly generous and want to support Timberfash, please fucking donate or buy a merch. I'll prefer donation though, because I get it, but right away. But again, please don't feel like you are obliged to. By the way, it's just I'm broke. So Przemysław was what did he won the can you guys remind me?
I think it was Chronicles.
What Chronicles? The Tomb Raider files.
Yes, that.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, and the guide was
about the question, no?
Yeah.
Oh, let me find that one. Oh, frick, I can't remember where that was, but
thank you, that North chick, for buying.
Are you buying or selling?
I really need to pee, you guy. Yes.
I have never actually seen that before, the files book.
You never got it?
No, I mean, we got that guide you're holding right now, but for some reason we didn't get that border around it.
Do you have it Do you have it in possession?
New.
Send me a fucking address. I have another one. I'll send to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't get much Tomb Raider merchandise.
Yeah, I will send it to you. Don't worry. I have two of them. So I have three of them actually. One of them is mine, and I will give you a second one for all your help.
Awesome.
Who is getting this? Come on, Taranate, remind us.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, but
Przemysław Kochansky. That's the one who won the poster, right? Przemysław.
I was actually trying not to laugh earlier. I seen a comment in chat. Don't forget about AOD.
God, the files, Przemysław. We will sort this out, I promise.
Yeah.
Right, so this is Przemysław. I'm gonna write it down just so fucking.
The core design was supposed to pick the winners, not us, but
yeah, but
here
one of them
we are,
did.
I guess.
Yeah.
Listen here, John. He said, "Don't reward AJ. Miss Jumps and died."
Yes. You know what? They're right.
Listen here.
Yeah, freak off, AJ. First steal Norse chick from me, now this.
That's
they want to know my channel, Ash. Is that okay to tell them?
Yes.
Dreamfall71 on Twitch and YouTube, and it's at Drake1771 on Twitter.
Yeah, please follow. If you want to paste me those, AJ, in in the Skype chat where we are now, and I'll paste them into the chat as well.
I can figure out how to do the. Oh, you know, I could type it in chat.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just
god, I found the winner, Ash. I
Of
found
what?
the
Of what? Of
winner.
what? Of what?
I don't know. Whatever you promised to that winner. It's the question regarding any tips for students on level design.
Yeah,
This
that
is-
one wins the poster and the CD.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I posted in the chat. That is the winner. Congrats, Kaufi Schaubi.
Yeah, and Derman is getting the poster from the collage poster. And can you remind me who's getting the guidebook though? That's for Derman. I'm putting it onto the guidebook. Do you remember?
No, is it not Persian Slav?
Wasn't it this?
Yes. I don't know, man. Frick. Like, I'm just sorting out questions.
We will. Yeah, right.
It's a train wreck. This is a train wreck.
It is a fucking. Can someone remind us who asked this question so I can give them stuff? I will have a look. I will watch the stream later. I mean, we ended it now, so I'll just write question mark on this one for now.
Question.
It was definitely, I think Tom or Jamie selected the question. What's this one?
John said, "Look, you got shamed multiple times. You got to reward it with just be setting a bad example."
Oh, fuck off, John.
We're all about that, though. Have you met us?
Tomb Raider 3 train wreck, yes. Yeah, no, I'm not very. I don't feel ashamed actually. Coffee Shabby gets CD of the Dark Angel Symphony and a poster.
Oh,
yeah.
Nick said, "Nonsense. This was the smoothest stream yet."
I have no idea how, but okay. I will take it. I will fucking take it. There was one question that we definitely missed, and I can't remember which one it was.
I don't think it was. It was supposed to be the.
It's one of the core guys did announce the winner, and I can't remember.
Yeah, and this was the one. That was Kaufi Schaubi. That was the question.
No.
Was it he was talking about level design or something? Was it Jamie that said that?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was about asking tips for level design for his students.
Right. Okay.
And that's the one. That's Kaufi Schaubi. That's what I'm saying.
Then I don't need to give away a Dark Angel Symphony CD and poster. That's it. That saves me some money.
Well, now you have to because you already promised. So do we need to choose another winner?
Okay. Let's choose another winner. Let's choose another
so we're
winner.
choosing another winner. Well, guys, I'm sorry for this train wreck, but you are getting another prize. So there's that.
Look at this fucking bitch. Oh, I'm sorry about this train wreck. I am fucking doing this stream. Fucking accuse me for breathing, right? Anyway, yeah, another prize. Another prize is the I don't know if you can see the poster. It's double-sided, as you can see. There's two Lara faces, and on another side is Lara walking there, and a CD of the Dark Angel Symphony. So we get those, and that will be the final prize. Because
Final.
No, Fiona, I haven't played the new Crash Bandicoot game. I don't want to play it for PlayStation 4. I prefer PC, so I kind of skipped it for now. Terranets already has it, Nick.
Who? Yeah, sort of. Because this guy, if it is a guy, I remember asking really cool questions, and you answer it many times. So, do you want me to say who it is?
Many times. Okay.
Apollo 353.
Which was about
many things. I don't know.
Apollo 353 gets a CD and the poster for Tomb Raider: The Dark Angel Symphony. So please, guys, send me an email with your address, and I will get them to you as soon as fucking possible. And please subscribe to me on YouTube, subscribe to me on Twitch. I would really, really fucking appreciate that. Like us on Facebook. Whatever else is there. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. Yeah, all that shit. Right, AJ, did you paste me the links to your stuff?
Oh, I just put them in chat already.
All right, okay, cool. Then that sorts it. Right, 353. Yes, I wrote it down.
Nice.
So okay. Oh, that's a lot of shit to ship. Posters are the worst fucking thing to ship. I fucking hate them. Right. So thank you all for joining. Thank you, Tarante, for moderating the chat because my lens is seriously fucked. I can't see.
No problemo.
Yes. Thank you, AG, for playing this nice game.
It's being uninstalled right now.
Yeah, uninstall right now, yes. That sounds about right. You have no idea how difficult it was for us to actually set up the stream because that fucking bastard of a game refused to be streamed via Discord so I could capture it. So we had to stream it to AJ's Twitch from which I captured it. It took us fucking hours to figure out.
Oh yeah, tell them about the story with the windowed mode, Ash.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it works for Ash with a program, but it wouldn't work for
it works for me, but not for AJ. Yeah, that was fucking weird. Yeah, so we're not doing that ever again.
Nope.
Next game will be we might do it actually. We have to with Rich Morton when he's back. So
I think it would be really cool if COVID permits to do a stream on Angel of Darkness with Rich Morton, because I think people would have many questions for Rich Morton regarding
that's my plan,
AOD.
to get basically as many of them together and play it. But that's time for the future, so make sure to follow me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Twitter, and all that stuff, and that's where you'll see the announcements, because that's where announcements will be. And congratulations for all the winners. Oh, there it is. Fuck's sake, there's the CD for the Dark Angel Symphony. It will be completely
seriously, many awesome questions. We are so sorry we cannot give prizes to everyone. I've seen really awesome questions tonight, but we know who were the winners this time. For the next stream, maybe we'll have other winners if there are going to be prizes.
Stop! Shut your dick trap! Look at this bitch giving away my shit.
Yes. I'm like Peter Pan. No, it's not Peter Pan. It's the other guy with the
fucking
green
genie.
suit.
That's what you are.
Who is it? It's not Peter Pan. It's that other guy in the green jumpsuit or whatever he wears. Oh frick!
I don't know. You should stop smoking, probably.
I don't smoke. Ew.
Well, whatever you're doing. Stop doing it.
No, chick. The real prize is friendship. Sponsored by Disney.
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What friendship? I'm blocking that twat right now. Removing from friends. No more Taranate. Remove, block forever until morning. The real prize is friendship. Did you wash your Mimsy today? That nose chick. That's a serious question. I'm sure she will answer it. Ooh, yeah. There is one of the
Yes, Robin Hood. Thank you.
Fucks. You could not answer. Robin, you what? You don't know what you couldn't say Robin Hood?
They both wear green, and it's tight. And I got confused. I'm sorry.
I don't think you are, but okay. Fuck's sake. Tomb Raider Romania. Okay, North Chick Wash Community. By the way, North Chick inspired me to create a t-shirt that says, wash your Mimsy, you dirty animal. So I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Wash your bits. I don't know. Somewhere in my stream. Sorry, I'm fucking out of it. I really need to pee and my eyes are not, but I can't end the stream anymore. Anyhow,
you need to pee in your eyes. What?
Yes, that might help. You know how you can say is Peter Pan. I know.
Peter Connolly.
Yeah, Peter. That's why he went on a break a few times during stream. He went to Peter Connolly office. Bastard. Anyhow, do sign up to the mailing list for Peter Connolly because something exciting is coming. That's what he said about coming. Right. I will just paste that link one more time. This is for Peter's exciting project that's literally be launching in the next couple of days, like maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Literally, it will be like, it will be a motif album based on his previous game. It will be a Kickstarter, but the funding goal will be like tiny. I'm sure we can smash that in a day if we all sign up and keep it on the thing. And also,
no more orchestras.
No, there's not going to be orchestra. Well, there might be if we reach the stretch goal, but the base goal is non-orchestra. And fuck orchestra, I'm not organizing that shit ever again. Woo! I will tell you. I'm trying to select...
don't forget to share the video after it goes live, after the stream goes down, guys. Wait for it to, do its refreshing on YouTube, and be sure to share it out with your friends who might have missed it.
Yeah, because, we're not deleting it with all the swear words and stuff like that. So, yeah, thank you all so much for joining us stream. I'm definitely ending it now because I'm about to pee on this carpet. So that's not going to be nice. That's going to leave me a fucking stain here. Alex Fly, hello. Where the fuck have you been? Like, literally. Like,
she has been here. I have seen her. Yes, she was here.
Sorry.
As did Mathieu. Hello, Mathieu.
Mathieu, hello, guys. Love Terminator Resist to Mathieu. Well done on that one. So, yeah, I don't know what to say to end this fucking stream.
To say goodbye.
Oh,
thank
right.
You for the
That's the
time.
word I was looking for in the past fucking 40 minutes. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu.
Whatever she just said. Right, ending. I promise. This is the end now. I'm hanging up on the call.
All right, bye.
I'm trying to end the fucking call. Oh, my PC is so slow right now.